what's up, guys? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let me check, make sure everything is where it needs to be. Can you guys hear me? Yo, what's up, Neo? What's up, Derpy? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Raph? What's up, Gino? What's going on? I'm about to be sitting in the Final Contract, so I drew stream around this time. Them girls giving me a deal. Oh yeah. My hentai girls. Well, and that what you hear is DOA music. It definitely was inspired by DOA. So that if that's what you get that vibe, that was what I was going for when it come to that. Ah, my food is here. What do you know? All right, 1 second. Here I come. Wasn't expecting my food to be delivered that fast. PJ, what's up? What's up? Yeah, we gonna I'm gonna try to be here for do a 2-hour chill stream. I can't stay up this long, man. Last time we did like a 13-hour stream last time, or a 9-hour stream or something like that. And I end up regretting it. I end up paying for it. I end up getting when I don't get enough sleep, I end up getting a splitting headache. Like, my body I need sleep, and I didn't know I did that stream for that long. That was a record breaker right there. I think I did 13 hours, I think it was. And, yeah, I can't do that. So I'm going to try to just do 2 hours so I can at least get myself to wind down and do other things or whatever like that. Got a cheeseburger and some fries. One second. Yeah, I would have to plan for a stream like that again, because I would like to stream for that long, but I'll have to do it earlier. Because by the time I got off that stream last time, it was going on 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I didn't know I was streaming that long. Yeah, I slept the whole day. Yeah. Like I said, I love talking to you guys. That's why I went on for that long, because we haven't talked for a very long time on stream. And I had to catch up with you guys. And I enjoyed the conversations that we had. And I didn't know I talked for 13 damn hours. 13 hours. And oh yeah, everything's going well. Thanks. I end up, like I said, I end up getting a headache because when I don't get enough sleep, because I'm getting older. You know, I'll be 37 next month, and when I don't get enough sleep, I actually get splitting headaches. Like my head, the back of my head start hurting, eyes start hurting, and I end up sleeping for almost that whole entire day. I didn't play no video games. I was trying to do some YouTube content, couldn't even do it. It just got to me. And speaking of tired and sleep and stuff, I have a sponsor coming that I'll be working with. They deal with sleep products like sleep masks and stuff like that. So you'll be expecting a sponsored video or a sponsor ad in one of my videos once they ship me the mask. So, and that's all thanks to you guys. I've been getting a lot of subscribers and supporters. So a lot of companies been coming to me. Now, even though I've been getting a lot of companies and brands coming to me, I don't accept all of them. There's a lot of brands that came to me that I rejected and declined. It's because for me, I don't want to just sell you guys anything. It has to be a product that I know I would like to try and use myself, you know, and then I just spring it onto you guys to see if something that you like. And as far as that mask is concerned, like I said, I have a lot of sleep deprivation at times because of how busy my life is doing this content creation, my comic book company, my 3D hentai community I have with my animations and stuff like that, being a full-time single father. So, like, my sleep is just messed up. So this was a perfect company for me. And I really can't say who the company is just yet until I actually get the material, get the product, and throw it and have an ad in the video. So, me too, something like that, but I think it's more related to iStream. Yeah, so. Oh, what's up, Majin? What's up, bro? So you can expect. Get out of here, Nate. Get out of here. What's up, bro? That's my day one. That's my day one homie right there. Nathaniel Wright. Forrest Gardner. My day one. He's also the godfather of my daughter as well. My day one homie back in high school. It's been a long week, man. Yesterday I buried my grandfather. We had the funeral yesterday and everything, and it was just a beautiful. It was a beautiful send off, and plus the military was there because he was an Air Force veteran and everything. And since he was in the military, there is a special graveyard for military members and their wives. So when my grandma passed away before he did, they buried her there, and then they have a plot for him next to her. So he finally got buried next to grandma and everything. It was just beautiful. I end up catching up with family members that I never met before and everything from my grandpa's side. And everything. It was just wonderful, man. It was just very, very beautiful, man. And yeah, so that's what I did yesterday. And I just came home and just chilled and relaxed for the rest of the day. After that or whatever. But yeah, man, there's so much stuff going on. Thanks, Shady J. What's up, Jose? What's going on? Yeah, and I handled when it came to my grandfather's passing, I think I handled it way, way better than my grandmother's because with my grandfather, you know, I was home this time when, you know, like, as you know, his health started declining and everything like that, and especially when my dad would come home and tell me that, you know, your grandfather's not doing too well and stuff like that, and then even when he was sick, he would, you know, post like happy videos on Facebook, and I was able to see him sick because he had like the tubes in his nose and stuff like that, but he was still happy, man. He was a man of God too. He was a deacon of 19th Street Baptist Church. Like, amazing man. I love my grandfather to death, man. You know, he left behind one hell of a legacy. So I hope to make him proud. You know, and yeah, so I was more prepared for this compared to my grandmother, especially if you guys are new here to this channel. I talked about this years ago. With my grandmother, it was quite different. My grandmother was also a spiritual woman. She was an evangelist. She used to preach at many different churches. She used to go to different missionaries. She used to go to a lot of shelters, donate clothing and food and all kinds of stuff that my grandmother used to do. Very powerful woman. The community loved her and everything. And she had a lot of wisdom. She gave me a lot of spiritual guidance. You know, everybody in my family, especially if you've seen The Matrix, we called her the Oracle, and she literally was the Oracle. It was something about my grandmother. She was able to tell you your future before anything occurs and everything, and it ends up coming true. You know, she would just look at you and then just look you dead in the eye and just tell you everything about yourself, and she don't even know you. I used to bring my friends over to her, and she would just break them down without even knowing anything about them, and tell them the path that their future is going to be, and that they can change their path too. Um, so that was the thing, man. Like my grandma was very powerful, very spiritual. And used to always go to my grandma and grandfather's house. And my grandma would always used to sit in the kitchen. That's where I used to go. She used to sit in the kitchen. Grandpa will cook something, or grandma will cook. And while we used to talk in the kitchen and stuff, and she always laid that spiritual guidance and wisdom. And I always went there when I felt stress or I needed that spiritual guidance. And my grandma always used to call me the one even when I was young. She used to call me the $1,000,000 man. She said that right there, my grandson right here, he's the one. He's going to be that $1,000,000 man. He's going to be the one that's going to break this family curse. And everything that my grandma says always ends up coming true. And that's why I feel it now. I don't know. There's so many great things that's happening to me in my life right now. So many things. Especially with this YouTube channel. I was not expecting. I'm just love everywhere. Support everywhere and everything. This with them, even with my comic book company that I'm also can't wait to launch this comic book, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, man. I loved her to death. And the thing was, with my grandmother, I think what bothered me the most was when she contacted me. Because when I go to college, my grandmother try not to call me much because, I'm in college and she wants me to focus on my studies and stuff like that. But it was just weird one time she called me, and she never normally called me while I'm on campus or whatever like that. But she called me. She wanted to check up on me. And then she would say, "How my $1,000,000 man doing?" And I remember at the time, I told my grandmother that, "Listen, Grandma, I'll call you right back," because I was on my way to my business data analysis class. This is my senior year, and this is my senior year before spring break or whatever. And I remember I said I'll call her back. End up not calling her back when I got back to my room, because I ended up getting involved and busy with other things. I came home for spring break, and normally when I come home for break, I normally see my grandmother. But for some strange reason, out of nowhere, my baby mom, she pops back up in my life during the spring break or whatever like that. Come see her daughter. She wanted to spend time with us and stuff like that. So I ended up chasing her around at that time, and never went around to see my grandparents that day. Oh, that time during that break. Now here's the thing: I tried to go visit my grandparents before I got back on the bus to go back to Mansfield, but they wasn't there that day, so I couldn't sit down and talk with them for a brief minute. I got back onto the bus, went back to school to finish the rest of the school year because I'm about to graduate. And I remember finals week. When final week came, I would call my grandmother just for some spiritual guidance, just to pray over me, to help me get, so I can, stay calm and everything and not stress out and stay focused so I can pass my finals. And I called my grandmother during finals week. And when I looked, when I called her, she wasn't answering the phone. I tried to get a hold of Grandpa. Couldn't get a hold of Grandpa. So I called Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad said, "Oh, she had stepped out. She was on another missionary and stuff like that. So she's been really busy. So we'll let her know. She tried to contact her." So I thought nothing of it. So when graduation came, I was even expecting my grandmom to come to my graduation. Graduation came, only Mom and Dad and my daughter and my siblings came. So, walked down the aisle, got my degree and everything. And I remember, they helped me pack my, unpack my, take the stuff out of my dorm. I come home that night, from that 4-hour ride from Mansfield. Come home. And, I'm just winding down. And then my dad was like, "Yeah, Grandma, she wasn't feeling too well or whatever like that." So I'm like, okay. So I was like, I'll just, whenever she come, I asked about her and said, "Oh, she just wasn't feeling too well." And then I remember, everybody sitting there quiet, not saying nothing. My brothers and them got their head down, and Mom looking like really, really grim. And I'm looking like, what's up with everybody? Why everybody's just down? And, and then Dad said, she got sick. She went into the hospital, and, and her organs just shut down, something like that. I remember Dad was saying, and Dad said she died. and we bury her tomorrow. So I came home to her funeral. I came home after graduation. I came home the next day. I was burying my grandmother, and oh my God, when my father told me that, it didn't feel real. You know, I broke down, started crying and everything. I thought it was some type of joke. I thought I was in a dream or some type of nightmare or something like that. That I was just, I'm gonna just wake up at some point and just this was all a dream, but it wasn't. So the next day I come home. No, the next day I go to my grandmother's funeral, buried her, and everything, and it was just like it felt like, man, it hurt was because my grandmother, she was calling me because she knew she was going to die, because she was the only one that knew. Only grandpa knew that she was dying, and because the doctors gave her only, they told her she has a couple of days or something like that, and her body was going to just shut down. Because she was supposed to die when she was like 40 years old, because it's something with on my grandmother's side that the women, I think on her side, they just stop functioning. They just shut down and they just die or whatever, something like that. So they told my grandmother she didn't have long to live back when she was in her 40s, but she ended up living all the way until she like 70, and that's what ended up happening. She just pretty much wanted to talk to me, and I wouldn't say ignored her. I put so many other things, had so many other priorities that I put in front of speaking with her, but she wanted to have that last discussion with me. And that's why I cried so much, because, I allowed my baby mom to come in and distract me, didn't go see her. And the last time I heard her voice was her calling me when I was in the middle of on my way to going business day analysis class. And she called me the $1 Million Man. She told me that she loved me and stuff like that. And that's what destroyed me. That really took me out. So that's what happened with that. But I love both my grandparents. Love them to death. That's why I'm gonna do my best to achieve what I need to achieve in life, for them. What's up, AJ? What's going on? So how's everybody? Woo. Jeez. Yeah, gaming has been really, really... Oh, what's up, Osman? What's going on? Oh, what's up, Zero? What's up, Neo? I didn't see you. No, that was my grandfather, not my father. Oh, what's up, Constant? All right. What's up, Jay Blue? What's up, Chris? What's up, Cole? What's going on? Before I leave this earth, I gotta give life to God one day. It's never too late, bro. Oh, what's up? Mustafar, new subscriber. Hello from Denmark. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're gonna do like a 2-hour stream. I'm not gonna try to stay on for too long, because I did 13 hours last time, and I regretted it the next day. But everything. Oh, you said you played some Black Desert. We said just chilling, enjoying your videos, especially the latest one regarding Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh yeah, I lost some subscribers for that too. You can't tell. I didn't lose a lot, but there's a couple people that unsubscribed to me because of my opinion on it. But I gained them back because of my other videos. I lost but gained back. But I did lose some subscribers for that video. Thanks. Yeah. I'm playing it right now, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I realized that I can't play those type of games on streams. I can't do RPGs on streams. I just can't because I never pay attention. Because you guys are so awesome to talk to. I won't pay attention to the game. Like if I'm going to play games on stream, it would have to be like a platformer or it have to be a shooter or a fighting game. But RPGs, I learned that I can't do them. I can't. Oh yeah, the Funimation. Good question, Roland Dodge. I won't give you my opinion on it because I already made the video. I already made a video talking about it already. But it won't be up until next week. That's next week. That's next week video. What's up, Raku? I would love a Silent Hill 1 VR map viewer where you can explore the entire Silent Hill. That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. I'm doing good, Raku. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep my opinions later on that. You'll see a video on that. And then next time I get on stream and then we'll talk about it on stream. But I want to hold my thoughts and let y'all hear my thoughts in the video itself. But yeah, I saw that. What's up, Lena? Started watching you around July. Oh, thanks. Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, what's up? Welcome to the stream, Lena. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Glad to see a lot of people here. Yeah, my family's okay. They're doing good, Neo. Thanks a lot. Okuma, what's up? What's up? What's up? Heard about Carl Weathers. He died not too long ago. Yeah, Carl Weathers. Yup, he died not too long ago. And everything. Yeah. I grew up watching Predator. The first time I saw Carl Weathers was in Predator first. And then after that it was Rocky. And then I remember, was it Action Jackson? If I can remember, that was the movie that he was in. And yeah, man, amazing brother, man. Like definitely, brought a lot of things to my childhood. Carl Weathers was an outstanding actor, man. Outstanding and underrated, man. Hollywood had a lot of plans for him. I was watching a thing on Carl Weathers that they were trying to make him the next big action star. With the I think it was the Action Jackson movie series. I think that's the name of the movie. But they were supposed to do a trilogy, and then he was supposed to branch off into other bigger films. But what happened was during the production of Action Jackson, the studio had ran out of money or something like that, and things just got kerfuffled in the process. And then he never blew up to the action hero or to the movie star that they wanted to do with him as an actor. And that was sad to hear, but he still was well respected amongst his peers, and everybody loved him, man. I like the Carl Weathers, man, and he looked so good for his age, So it's just sad to hear that. Let's see. What's up, Kim? What's going on? He said, remember when Sony was a Japanese company? Yeah, definitely remember that. Who haven't forgotten that? Sony can't catch a break. Done with their movies, trying to cut people's purchases. Now doing with Funimations. He said, I look forward to your reactions to that specific scene that will make you go, what are you guys doing? Do something. I saw a playthrough of Silent Hill, the short message, Tumblr Hill. It's funny that you mentioned that. I'm doing a Silent Hill video too. I won't go into full details, but it's more so me being concerned for Silent Hill 2 remake. But I'm also going to throw in the Tumblr Hill as well, in it and everything. I won't say that I'm a Silent Hill fan, but I grew up with Silent Hill. I was too afraid to play Silent Hill. I love playing Resident Evil, but Silent Hill was something I was too afraid to play because they were two different types of survival horror. Silent Hill was on some other shit. It was more like a psychological horror, which I think is much more scarier than your typical survival horror like Resident Evil and stuff. But, me as a kid, I used to watch my uncle and even watch my father play the original one on the PlayStation 1, and then my dad had it on PlayStation 2. So I was more so of a spectator watching the Silent Hills. But here's the crazy thing. My baby mom, she loved horror. So horror, like films, games, everything. So she loves Silent Hill to death. She played Silent Hill 2 to Silent Hill 4, The Room, or whatever. And I remember I used to play Resident Evil on one television, and she used to play Silent Hill on the other television. But she loves Silent Hill. And the thing is, that series used to just freak me the hell out. I just could not do it. But me as a spectator, and me that watches it, it's something about Silent Hill 2 remake that really has me worried, and just the franchise in general. So I'm gonna hold my thoughts and opinions on that, because that is a video. I'm glad that you mentioned that. I'm doing a video on Silent Hill as well. So, yep, exactly. So Resident Evil 4 and Silent Hill as a kid was really scary to me. Silent Hill much more so. Individual Hellscape. He said I'm about to binge Silent Hill 1 through 4. And I keep forgetting that a lot of you guys are young. What's up, Pixels? Pixel Gamers? Carl Weathers should have been in Expendables. Yes, he should have been in Expendables. He should have been in there. I agree with that. He should have been in Expendables. But then again, I don't know if this is Sylvester Stallone approach him and then Carl Weathers just turned it down. We don't know. We just don't know. Mugen Lord with what's up, Grey Jedi? With all the different cries going on these days, some of us are expecting a total society or economic collapse. Interested to know your thoughts on it. Oh, nice question, Grey Jedi. I wouldn't say collapse. I would say like a reboot. I would say there's going to be a reboot in society itself, where now we are having more people speak up, more people are waking up. You know, like I said, Twitter is the battlefield for all this social nonsense that's going on. Remember, the DOJ was in bed with Facebook. Remember, they was on trial. We found out that the DOJ was actually censoring a lot of people's voices, especially conservatives and stuff like that. We found that out. And now that when Elon Musk bought it, despite how you feel about the current, Twitter right now, but when Elon Musk took it over, you have a lot more you have a lot more freedom to say things than you did before. Because remember, before you wasn't allowed to talk about COVID, the vaccines, you couldn't talk about the election, you couldn't talk about none of those things. You couldn't talk about none of those. You got banned, you got shadow banned, you got silenced, everything. Elon Musk took it over. Now you're allowed to speak your mind about the election, COVID, the vaccines, everything. And now the information is not being blocked. More and more people is able to have a choice in what they want to digest as far as information is concerned. So now more and more people are looking at variety of different sources and information. Because remember, these only feeding us one narrative on Twitter. Like I said, we also found out that this generation don't rely on your typical news like on television. Most people get their information off of Twitter and the internet. And the government and the powers that be knows that. That's why they had to have control over Twitter and social media platforms, because this is where everybody get their information from. So when you start blocking, you cancel doctors who talked about the vaccine, who had a different opinion or a different perspective or anything about the vaccines and the COVID itself. They shadow banned or blocked them, so you couldn't hear that other objective. This is the only point that you're able to hear, that it's safe, it's effective, it's this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. So people didn't really have much of a choice when it came to what to believe. So if they said it and there's one narrative, people just went along with it. Twitter opened it back up. So now you're starting to see a lot of information, and then people's questioning things, because you wasn't allowed to question shit. Now you're starting to see a big fight on the social political spectrum. People are fighting back. Because before, if you said anything about trans or trans people going into bathrooms and stuff like that, and the trans entering these sports and everything like that, if you said anything about it in old Twitter, you were getting blocked. You were getting removed. Now you're able to speak up and talk about these things and have a discussion. So that's what's going on right now. I don't think the society or the economy is going to collapse. I think that with this fight and with everybody having the freedom to say what they want, Twitter's not perfect, but you have more opportunity to say what you want without the fear of being banned and being removed from the platform itself. So when that happens, more and more people's going to start like opening their eyes, start seeing the narrative, saying, hey, I was told this, but now I'm seeing this. Now I'm able to draw my own conclusion instead of them telling us that we have to just believe this. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think it's going to be a collapse. I just think it's going to be a reset. Like, it's going to reset itself and hopefully get some normalcy again. Let's see. Oh, what's up, Mad Dog? What's going on? He said, "Yo, I was programming games on my Atari computer." He said, "80s kids. Despite I don't like what he did to as games are crossing in and feedback of people freaking the hell out and becoming hopeful as hell as well. I watched a clip that was New York's reacting to the character design to E from Stellar Blade with with a friend of mine, and we both grown so hard. These idiotic people. Yeah, that Stellar Blade where that guy was going around interviewing. And the thing is, like, he's picking out these people. Kool-Aid hair color, fat as fuck, everything. You already know what your response gonna be. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Ryu Arts. I haven't really looked into the lawsuit video information yet. About Gina Carano suing. Elon Musk is backing her with his finance with his money and stuff like that. We have to wait and see. I think this is going to be an important trial, important case, a lawsuit, because if that happens, because a lot of conservatives in Hollywood have been kicked out ever since Trump won. That's why you haven't seen Kevin Sorbo, the guy who plays Hercules, and many other series. Dean Cain, a lot of these James Woods, a lot of these actors in Hollywood who were conservative. The moment Trump won, it's like the media. Once they made Trump the villain and everything, it was like an all-out hit on just conservatives in general. And a lot of conservatives got blacklisted for having conservative views and stuff like that. So Gina Carano, if she does win this lawsuit, I would say expect more lawsuits in the future. Expect them. How they want to gaslight you. What do I think about Lena? Lena said, "What do I think about Tomb Raider 1 and 3 remaster?" That's a good question. And I'm gonna say what I said before. I own Tomb Raider 1, Tomb Raider 2, and there was a Tomb Raider. What was it? Is a Tomb Raider on the? Was it a Tomb Raider on the PS2? That is the one I had on PS2. I don't own all of them, but I know I own 3 of them. I will say this: Tomb Raider was part of my childhood. Played the first game, second game, and then the one on PS2. Can't remember that. What was the name of that title? Can't remember it. And Lara Croft is one of my favorite female characters as well. I mean, she really impacted gaming culture. Very popular character. Now, as far as me, like, what my opinion is on the remasters or whatever, one, I love Tomb Raider, but I wasn't like, man, I gotta get Tomb Raider. You know, it was for its time. I enjoyed it for what it is, but I'm not like a hardcore fan to where I want to go out and buy the trilogy or whatever and play them again, because my God, those controls, Jesus, very challenging. Those controls was so horrible back then. So I'm not sure if they're going to maintain those same controls or not or whatever. But from what I've seen from the announcement when they showed the remasters collection, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good, you know. And it's sad that Tomb Raider fans can't get the Lara Croft that they want and deserve. You know, they want to retain the original, you know, the original Lara Croft. And these companies don't want to give fans that. And it's a shame that fans would still have to be the only way they get Lara Croft that they want, they have to rely on the remaster collection. Instead of giving them a brand new game with the lore that they have grown to love, you know? So that's pretty much my take on that. I'll probably do a video, you know, do a deep dive sometime in the near future talking about it or whatever. What's up, Cerberus? What's going on? And he said it's easy to make the narrative go your way when you have the ability to edit it. Hard to trust information anymore. Do your research, people. Oh, yeah. Definitely do your... That's very important. I agree with that. What's up, Ryu? So I like your content a lot. Appreciate what you do. Thanks, Ryu Arts. Definitely appreciate it. I'm glad that a lot of you guys definitely appreciate you guys just coming through, showing the support. He said, Evan, I agree with you. Hey, and I also shared your stream on the community tab. Thanks, Chris. Chris is always dependable. I never ask him to do it. He just does it, and I really appreciate it and everything. And Chris is like the little brother. He's like a little brother, even in the Discord. I just think it's pretty awesome. He's like the little brother of the crew. He said, I would love to see Lara Croft and I didn't think about that, Jay. Jay Blue, Lara Croft, and Tomb Raider. Now, I said this. Tifa should have been in Dead or Alive a long time ago. Should have been in there. And I think she would have been in there a long time ago, but I think Square Enix, it's more so Square Enix. Square Enix is very protective over their properties. That's why you don't see Final Fantasy stuff in other people's properties much, you know? So I think that would have a lot to do with Square Enix because, man, Tifa would have been my main in a Dead or Alive game. She definitely would have been my main. And it's sad that we don't have a Tifa in Dead or Alive. People want her in Tekken. Tekken is the next best thing. I would like to have her in Tekken, but she was more suited for Dead or Alive. But Lara Croft for Dead or Alive, that would be fucking awesome. I ain't think about that. Bro. No problem, Lena. No problem. So, Mustafa G said, "What's your opinion on Rocksteady Suicide Squad drama?" Well, I gave my opinion on Twitter. I didn't really make no videos about Suicide Squad. You know, there's some things I was like, I don't feel like making content about. You know, I don't want to make my channel into something that is just always me constantly complaining about something. That's why I try to mix it. That's why I'm always mixing it up. I try to give you guys what's going on in the social war aspect, and I still want to talk about games that I like and enjoy, and games that, you know, I like to, you know, I guess you say prescribe you to, for you to check out. Because I'm gonna be covering some indie games. I'll be covering some indie games as well to share my experience and share with you guys. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the Suicide Squad is concerned, I did leave my opinions on Twitter. It's a shit show. It's always been a shit show. The moment they revealed it, I was like, nah, I'm out. And the fact is that the thing that makes it even more stupid is that they turned it into like a looter shooter. And when you turn it into a looter shooter, it also means that characters who don't shoot are now shooting too, which is also fucking stupid or whatever. But looking at the designs of the characters, especially Harley Quinn, that one video where Harley Quinn that I saw on Twitter, where she looks at the old Arkham outfit that she wore, which is like really, really hot, sexy, or whatever like that, and then she pretty much disregards it. You know, she slams the locker door and say that's not for her. She's going with something much more, I guess you say, up to date or modern or whatever. And that was just them, the developers just shitting all over the fandom and shitting all over the character in general. And then when you look at some of the documents that Lex Luthor has about the Justice League, and there's just so much dumb feminist woke shit that's all over it. You know what I'm saying? These people don't care about the property. They never did. And they shit all over the Arkham universe, you know? So, you know, I set my piece on Twitter. I was like, I'm not going to waste my time making a video about it. I'll just leave it on Twitter for those who want to engage in the conversation and stuff. And by the way, also check me out on Twitter. You know, just go to Twitter and just type in Mugen Lord. You'll see me. I have the same logo as my YouTube channel. You can't miss it. If you want to stay in touch with me, or you have any questions or whatever like that, you can always go to my Twitter, because I'm very active there. The thing is, I became more active ever since my channel have gotten bigger. So to stay up to date with things, you can always catch me there. Also, if you have anything gaming related, I don't care if it's just video games in general. It can be culture world stuff, or it can just be gaming stuff in general that you just want me to talk about, or you think it may be something that I may have interest in. You can just tag me in it, or DM me, or whatever you want to do. I'll look at it. If it's something that I have interest in, I'll do a video and I'll shout you out for giving me that information. What's up, Kung Fu Hot Dog? What's going on? What's up, Cerberus? What's up, Quran? Oh, he said, hey, Mugen Lord, have you heard of the Virtual Fighter reboot reportedly in development? All right, 1 second, Fried Chicken. I'll answer that. I'll answer you next. 1 second. And Cerberus, I'll answer you in a second. Hold up. Now, as far as Virtual Fighter, they did say they were making a new Virtual Fighter. They didn't. I wasn't sure if. I didn't hear anything about a reboot. I was just hearing that there was going to be a sequel, like Virtual Fighter 6 or something like that. A reboot will also make sense because, like I said, many people don't really know about Virtual Fire unless you're like the real hardcore fighting game player. You would know more about Virtual Fighter because Virtual Fighter didn't really catch on here in the West. Like it's very, very popular in Japan, highly respected in Japan. People still playing that damn game, and they just re-released Virtual Fighter 3 in the arcades in Japan. That's crazy, you know? So it's very popular over there. Now, I didn't hear anything about a reboot, but I did see an article about the developer saying that, yes, they're definitely interested. They are working on a new Virtual Fighter game. It's just that what's going on now, fighting games has evolved so much and changed so much. They understand the core essence of what Virtual Fighter is and why people love it. But they also want to be able to attach something new to it for the newer players to come in and embrace the game. Because they said in the interview that, you know, fighting games got special moves, supers, and stuff like that. That's why you notice that Tekken now got the, you know, what was it, the drives, the rage mechanics, or whatever they got in Tekken 8, which I still haven't played yet. They got all these new mechanics added to the game. You know what I'm saying? And it's bringing in a lot of new players and stuff. And, you know, of course, Street Fighter got their special moves and hyper attacks and stuff like that. Virtual Fighter don't. Virtual Fighter is more grounded. It's more grounded and based in real life martial arts and stuff like that. So that's something that's going to appeal to the hardcore, but is it going to appeal to bring in a newer crowd to expand the franchise? So it's very tricky how, you know, for developers to tackle that without losing the essence of what make that fighting game what it is that made it popular to begin with. So that's what they're tackling right now, trying to figure out how can they bring in that audience. Like, do we add special attacks like supers? So that's what they're working with and trying to figure out, you know? Let's see. And then, what's up, Chris Q? He said, "Oh, what's up, Dash Frame? Oh, all right. So Fried Chicken said, by the way, did you ever get or plan on? Nah. When it comes to Persona 3 Reloaded, I never played any of the Personas. I mean, they're good games. Don't get me wrong, but I was never into the art style. I was never into the Personas. And when most Persona games got that, it's like it's almost like a life sim. You go to school, you have to bond with people and study. I hate those mechanics in any game. I really do. So that was another thing that really turned me away from the Persona games. But I'm not saying that they're bad. They're just not for me. So no, I didn't really care for Reloaded, Persona 3 Reloaded at all. So I didn't even bother with it. Let's see. Cerberus said, what, Dragon's Dogma 2 or what do you say? Or Rebirth. I need to let's see. I need to know the full context. You asked me if I like it or which one. Said greetings. Kung Fu Dog said greetings. How long did it take me to grow my hair? Loving the new setup. All right, Kung Fu Dog. How long it took me to grow my hair? That's a good question too. Is because I grew my hair numerous of times. The first time I grew my hair, it was all the way down to my waist or close to my waist. But I didn't take care of it well enough back then. My hair started breaking, and I had to end up cutting it so it wouldn't destroy so the breakage wouldn't destroy the rest of my hair. Now that I restarted growing my hair again, it took me about 3 years to get a good length or whatever. And I try my best. I always try my best to take care of it, wash it. I'm gonna do a whole video. 1 second. I'm gonna do a whole video about my hair. So, because a lot of you guys are curious about it, so I will do that. Let's see what we got here. Well, that's a smart thing. What's up, y'all? Yeah, the stream started. Oh, what's up? Best of luck from Kick. Awesome. Got somebody from Kick. That is so awesome. Yeah, the stream we started about what? We're about to hit 50 minutes. Like the crazy sex scenes in Last of Us 2. Virtual Fire is awesome. The way Suicide Squad game disrespect the Flash after. Yeah. That was my main on Virtual Fighter. I used a Jackie. In Virtual Fighter 1 and 2. I don't want Sega to make a new Virtual Fighter because of what happened with Like a Dragon. Uh, definitely hear you. What's up, Jenna? Did you try Final Fantasy 16 7 Rebirth? Check out my video. I talked about why I'm not playing the demo of Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Yes, the new He-Man second Rage Art Drive. Yeah, 7. Mugen Lord also Fexel, another dash just got an update yesterday and already sent it in the Discord. Oh, thanks, Chris. I'll check that out. Fun fact about the creator Harada, he's a 3-time black belt martial arts. He have confirmed that. Oh, awesome. I didn't know that. Thanks for the update with that. I didn't know that. Roland Dodge said, I heard that MK1 is a disappointment. Heard. I seen it. Everybody's disappointed in that. Like, you know what's crazy? Mortal Kombat was the leading franchise for how to do stories in fighting games. It changed the whole landscape of how you do fighting games as far as single player content. It was the king of single player content. Jam-packed with content. No monetization, none of that. And we was introduced to that when Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance came out. That changed my whole perception of Mortal Kombat. I grew up with Mortal Kombat. I was a Raiden main. Who else did I play? In the older Mortal Kombat besides Raiden. It was Raiden. Noob Saibot. Favorite characters. But it was they were the leading fighting game when it came to single player content. You can play Mortal Kombat for hours, especially in Deadly Alliance, when they introduced the coffers, single player content, the conquest, all that type of stuff. Love the hell out of it. And it seemed like it was it almost felt like you could never complete it. That's how much content it was in there. And it was putting a lot of fighting game developers to shame, like Capcom and Bandai Namco when it came to single player features. And then when it came to fighting game storytelling, they did a good job with that. Especially when Mortal Kombat 9 came out. Mortal Kombat 9 is still one of my favorite Mortal Kombats of all time. And the very last best one, in my personal opinion. And all of a sudden, it just like, they got to a point. And what made me a believer of NetherRealm, or Midway, or Acclaim, or whatever at the time, what made me a believer that they were on to something when it came to fighting games, single player content, and story, was Mortal Kombat versus DC. Or DC versus Mortal Kombat. When I remember my brother Keel Lancer called me up while I was in college and said, yo, bro, I'm picking Johnny Cage and I'm picking Batman. I was like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? He said, no, F that. I'm picking Goro. I'm like, what do you, I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? He said, I'm picking Goro and I'm picking Lex Luthor. I'm like, what are you talking about? What's going on? And he was just being funny. I was like, no, what's going on? He said, no, man, I'm just playing. Yo, you ain't gonna believe this. More MK versus DC. Dude, it sounded like fan fiction. I just couldn't believe it. I said, yo, this shit sounds stupid. Stop lying to me. This is why I'm in my dorm. Cause I had no idea. He said, bro, I'll send you the link to it. I was on a game. It was at YouTube. And when I typed it in, that first teaser came on with Batman fighting Scorpion. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, yo, why this shit look dope? This shouldn't exist. Like, MK versus DC shouldn't be a thing. But it got my attention. I was like, I don't know, how would they make this work? I said DC would destroy Mortal Kombat. But it was the story mode. The story mode made me a believer of how they did the story mode and gave the reasons why, how Sub-Zero will be able to fight Superman with magic and all this other type of stuff. It just worked. And I end up liking it. I end up liking the game. I end up liking the story. And then when MK9 came out, it was just the icing on the cake with the story. Great storytelling, content, gameplay. It had a tag team mode. It had everything I wanted in a fighting game. And then you able to play with 4 players. Game night was fucking crazy with Mortal Kombat 9 at my house. At my crib. And, now we have Mortal Kombat 1, and Mortal Kombat 1 is just, it's failing in every aspect, man. You know, the censorship with the female characters and how they covering the women up. You know, the women looking busted in the face like they got hit with an ugly stick. Lackluster content, day one. You know, expensive DLC costumes, and now they charge you to buy different fatalities. It got to go, man. Got to go. Let's see. Agreed. Like a new Dragons game. Let's see. Are you excited for the new Fatal Fury game? I wouldn't say I'm excited. I mean, I'm not really a SNK guy. So it's just like, I'm looking forward to see what it's gonna be like I'm looking forward to see what they do. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed in, graphically or presentation wise, it don't really look that drastically different from King of Fighters 15. That was my biggest question about the new Mark of Wolves Fatal Fury game, was that which direction they're going to go as art style is concerned. How much more different is going to be different, from King of Fighters series. And it doesn't really look that much different from King of Fighters, which is kind of disappointing. I was hoping that they would go like the Street Fighter 6 route with the visually or whatever like that. But I really won't know until I actually get my hands on the game. But I really wasn't really that impressed with how it looks. But how it plays could be totally different. I don't know. So it'd be something I have to see more of in order to give you my solid, I guess you say, thoughts on it. So I want to just reserve my judgment until I see more, So I love Persona. Matt Dog said, I love Persona 5 myself and quite stoked for Persona 3. Reload and Metaphor of Fantasio. Let's see. J Blue said, I only played Persona, the fighting game, and playing as Joker in Super Smash Bros. Okay. You grow your hair because those excellent African and native Indian genes. Yeah, pretty much, Jenna. Pretty much that. And Portuguese genes. Let's see. Understandable. I didn't like 5 much, and Persona is getting milked too much for my liking. By the way, is your hair relaxed or is it silk pressed? It's just pressed. I don't got it in my room. I got a straightener. I got my friends from college, Sandra and Tishon. Those girls, those women, they do my hair. Because it's a lot to take care of and stuff. Because my hair is like really poofs out. Like it's curly. My hair is super curly. And they do my hair. They've been doing my hair since we were in college together. So I paid them to do my hair. They do it like once or twice out of the month or whatever. And yeah, all I use is, I only got one of the products right here, just to show you. Yeah, I don't do perms. I don't do perms at all. This is the reason why my hair looks shiny. It's olive. I have olive oil spray. It keeps my hair moist, and it gives it growth. And it's very, very healthy. It feels good on the scalp too. I use this on my hair. I don't have my other products on me because I think I got it in the trunk of my car or whatever like that. I normally keep some of that stuff there. And also on top of that, I have carrot oil. I have African. This is African type of like coconut oil or spray or whatever, and just spray it or whatever. First what they do is, since I have a lot of hair, my hair is very thick. Tishon has to like pigtail my hair in different, like, part it in pigtails and stuff, so she can get in my scalp to get all the dandruff and stuff out, make sure all that is all cleared out, and then she puts my hair and wash my hair. And I got like I have this thing called Ite. Ite is a natural shampoo and conditioner, and she puts that in my hair or whatever. She washes it and everything, and then with the thing, after she washes it, the next thing you have to do when it comes to how my hair lays the way it does, once she put the conditioner in my hair, she lets the conditioner sit in my hair for 20 minutes. So I wear like a cap over my head and just chill for a bit. We talk, laugh, joke, or whatever like that. Look at some YouTube videos or whatever like that for 20 minutes. Let it sit in my hair. Let the conditioner sit in my hair, because it makes it easier to run the comb through it, so it won't like get all knotty and stuff like that. So, and this takes like 4 hours to do. This shit takes 4 hours. 4 hours. Oh, what's up, Brad? What's up, Ignorant? So what happens is, after that, after 20 minutes is up, she takes my hair. We go right back into the kitchen and into the sink, and then she washes out the conditioner. She makes sure it's all out. Make sure everything is out. Then after that, I sit back down, and what she does is she takes the blow dryer with the comb, and then she sits there for like another like 20 to 30 minutes, running the hot, and she put it on the highest heat as possible. Run the blow dryer comb through it. So now to set the conditioner for that long, now my hair don't get tangly. So you can just run it through it. So she's just running it through it, running it through it. And it feels so good because the air is, my scalp feels so damn clean and everything like that. And then she runs it through it. And then that's when we actually start to go to the straightening process. So when she's straightening it, all she does, she has a straightening comb, and then she has the flat iron straightener or whatever. So, and this is where I'm very tender-headed. Very, very tender-headed. So she starts in the back of my hair, and I mean, she grabs little strands, and then she takes that hot comb, and then just pull on it. And that's the part that's really like the part that takes so long, because she's getting in the back part, like near my neck, and getting those little, my mom call them cooties. Get the cooties, and the cooties is like the little hairs that's in the back that curls up. So she has to grab that and pull on that with the hot comb, and that heat is pressed against my neck, man. Jesus, just thinking about it getting to me right now. But yeah, she does that. She just she does it real slow, and then once she does that, she gets my edges and stuff, and then that's when she goes in and she pigtails one side, and then she does one side at a time. She starts on the side, starts in the back, straighten the back and stuff like that with the comb, and then after the comb, she gets the flat iron. And then she goes right back and repeat the same process, but then she flat irons it, and then bam, it's pretty much done. And then she gets then when she does it, she takes the end of the hot comb and press it on my edges, to flatten my edges or whatever like that. And then she just bought me no, she didn't buy it, but she had extra. They call them edge caps, where it's like they're like, here we go. Because my edges are the thing that really gets on my nerves. So my edges had gotten better. So what she does is you take this. It's like a wave cap, but for your edges. So after she does my hair, she puts this around. If you've seen in some of my videos, I actually had it. Some of my videos I actually had it. So like one of my videos, you'll probably find it. I had this here, and it goes all on my edges and everything, and it keeps my edges pressed down or whatever. Because my edges are the first thing that fucks up first. Edges are fucking annoying. Because once your edges are messed up, then your hair start to look tacky and stuff. So, yeah, she puts that on, and I just leave that on my head for a couple of days or whatever, and then I just take it off and everything. But yeah, that's how I'll take care of my hair. And people be thinking it's a perm. Like, it boggles my mind that the only way people can accept or believe that a black person can have long hairs is if it's permed or some crazy chemicals are throwing in their hair. No, my hair is naturally like this. My hair, I have good hair. I'm gonna do a whole video about it, and I'm gonna show you many different examples of how my hair look before it gets straightened. My hair is curly. My hair it has waves to it and everything, and that's why when you look at me, that's why some people where I live, some people think I'm Dominican. And that's the funny part, because when I walk up to like Dominicans or even Puerto Ricans, they'll start talking to me in Spanish because they thinking that I speak the language and stuff. And I know a little bit of Spanish. I don't know a lot. I was kind of lazy with Spanish, but they assumed that I'm like Dominican or whatever like that. And it's funny, and it was weird. Somebody, an Indian person thought I was Indian at one time. I was Indian one time. I'm talking about the Indians with the jewel in their forehead, not Native American. But Indian also thought that I was Indian at one time. They started speaking to me in their language, and I had no idea what they're talking about. I said, no, I don't understand or like that. And once they realized that, oh, okay, and they started laughing and stuff like that, they apologized. But a lot of people see me and get confused and don't know what the hell I am. Some people like, oh no, he is black. He has to be black and stuff like that. But it's more to me, and that's why you gotta understand how cultures and how race and how this thing work. Because people look at my color and just assume that, you shouldn't have your hair this way because you're black and stuff like that. But I have so many things going on inside me. Yes, I am black, but I also have some Iberian in me, which is pretty much Portuguese and some Spanish in me. I have Amazonian indigenous in me, which is from, Brazil or whatever like that. And so I got all kinds of South America. So I got all kinds of stuff in me. So, if you look at my grandfather, I had posted a picture of him. He's very, very light skinned, salt and pepper hair. He has Portuguese and he has indigenous ancestry in him too. He's very, very light skinned. My great grandmother, I thought that she was a white woman when I saw her. When my grandfather showed me a picture of her, she looks like a white woman, or whatever. So yes, I have some mixture in me, or whatever like that. But yes, I am black. I never deny who I am. Like, and I'm proud of being who I am. But I do know my roots and where I come from. And it seems like when people see me, they just assume that for some reason that I'm self-hating myself because I decided to wear my hair long. They think that, when people also look at me, they think that I'm trans or whatever like that. I don't know how you get that when you can clearly hear my voice or whatever like that. So I digress. But I get so many people, and it's not even from white people, it's more so from black people who give me all this type of hate because they see my hair. They thinking I'm trying to be white or I'm trying to appease white people and stuff simply because I wear my hair out this way. And what people also fail to realize too, when I started wearing my hair out this way, my hair became a brand. People recognize me. I'm Mugen Lord. People associate this hair with Mugen Lord. And to also, like, to prove this too, I was at J1Con last year, and my brother Keel Lancer had this table with my little brother DX Stripe, and we were sitting at the table and everything, and I ran into a couple of my subscribers. They saw me. It was the hair. They ran over and said, "Yo, I knew that hair. No one else, no other brother has hair like that. You Mugen Lord, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And oh man, they lost their mind. We took pictures. They hung around the table. I had fun talking to my subscribers at that con. I had no idea. I had no plans. I didn't think my subscribers was going to be at that convention, but my subscribers recognized me, and that's why I wear my hair more so straight now too as well, because my hair is iconic. My hair is my brand. So that's why I keep my hair this way now, But yeah, it gets like that sometimes. It definitely does. Let's see what we got. Damn. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, there's so much stuff that next week. There's so much stuff to cover. There's so many crazy things that's going on in the gaming industry that needs to be discussed. I also got some other topics that I'll discuss that's non culture war related. I hope you guys stick around for it. Oh yeah, a double cheeseburger. Mm-hmm. In the West, there are gonna mix that look like you, and I'm mostly African, Italian, Taino in my family, but I'm black though. Exactly. Exactly. But it's ignorance of other black people, especially where I live. People just assume, they just look at me and assume that, oh, I'm self-hating because I got my hair like this. People think it's a perm. Like, no, it's not a perm. This is my natural hair. To try out the Samurai Warriors franchise if you haven't. It reminds me of Hack and Slash, but characters attractive. I know Samurai Warriors. It's not my thing. What's up, Mookie? Yeah, it's a double cheeseburger. I wasn't expecting it to be like this big. Damn. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that burger to be that big. Cool, you Eddie Guerrero's in your veins. Oh, what's up, Jackson? He said Amazon. He said, but they told me no men's allowed. Yeah, Amazonian. I have Amazonian, indigenous Amazonian blood. Said I'm very light and have nice hair. Yeah, if you see my grandfather, if you seen my grandfather, you like, oh, what's going on here? Especially my great grandmother, when he showed me her, I'm like, who's that white woman? So that's your great grandmother. She was mixed. So they're jealous. No, you're right. I do associate your hair with your channel. It's subconscious. Yeah. Is it chicken? No, it's just a regular burger, double burger. He said, what restaurants that food from? Where I get it from? I ordered it from Grubhub. Lincoln Chicken and Burgers. That's where I got it from. And this shit is good. Them fries was good too. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Steven. Appreciate it. What about the Guilty Gear franchise? The Guilty Gear franchise, I'm not really too fond of it. Don't really care for Guilty Gear. My problem with Guilty Gear, I've never, no matter which, every time I try to play it, there's no character that fucking resonates with me. I can never get into it. Yeah, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Philadelphia. It says South Street's where it's at for me. Good afternoon, brother Mugen. What's up? What's up, Willard? What's going on, Verde? In other words, you're American. Yes, I'm an American. So you in Baltimore? Yeah, I used to like it was this chick I used to mess with, this blonde. Her name was Jennifer. She lived in Baltimore, and she used to come down and see me. And the only time I really went up there is for Otakon, and from Otakon I used to stay at her crib. Said, what's up, Jill Valentine? He said, I became aware of this culture war stuff. So what are these people's end game? Which people are you talking about? The woke people or the anti-woke people? My sister-in-law live in Manayunk. Have you heard of South Street Burgers? You talking about South Street in Philadelphia? Yeah, I heard of it. You know the sad thing about South Street in Philly? South Street isn't the same no more. The pandemic killed it. Pandemic killed it. Most of the shops was shut down. Everything. South Street used to be the place. Oh, the woke crowd? The woke crowd don't have... I wouldn't... Let me put it this way. He said, I'm 20 minutes away, brother. Oh, awesome. What's up, Tavon? He said, what's my favorite Souls game? I don't really play Souls like that. I mean, they're good games, but they just not my cup of tea. If I had to pick a Souls game, it would probably be Strangers of Paradise, the Final Fantasy game, Souls game that they have that I still have yet to beat. All right, so as far as the woke crowd is concerned, what is their end game? You want to know what the truth is about the woke crowd too? Is that they're pretty much just puppets from the establishment, and what the establishment does is they just take useful idiots and just point them in a direction and just let them go on the attack. You know, they're like they don't even know what they're doing. Most woke people, a lot of woke people don't even know what they're doing. Most of them are just being programmed and being told that this is wrong or you shouldn't do this. It's like a hive mind. So what the establishment does, they just point them in a direction and they just attack. And the thing is that I guess you would say for the establishment, the end goal is just to tear down society, Western civilization, Western culture. That's what they want to tear down. And the culture they want to tear down the most is American culture. You know, and I said this in my past stream. America is the bastion of freedom and hope, where your dreams come true. Because if America is as bad as they said it is, then why the fuck is everybody trying to come here illegally? Why is everybody trying to get on boats, go to Guatemala, walk through Mexico just to cross these fucking borders? If America is as bad as they say it is. But the thing is, countries outside, that's what I said. Another thing too, look at the news. Look at how the news reports and talk about us. If you want to know the truth about us or know something know more about us as a country in America and how stupid and how crazy our politics are, watch other news sites that talks about us. Because right now, we are experiencing a psyop right now. Misinformation just destroying the minds of today's youth, and it's nothing but confusion going around. And you gotta look at the news, how Australia sees us, look at how Japan sees us, look at all these other countries, these other nations like Russia and all these other places, and how they view us, and you'll see a totally different perspective. But in order to destroy Western civilization, you have to destroy it from the inside, because invaders from the outside can never penetrate it. So the best way to do it is penetrate it from the inside by brainwashing today's youth. But they already said it. In order to brainwash today's youth or brainwash society, it takes 15 years. It takes a couple of generations. So this happened back in, I would say, like the 70s or maybe the 80s or whatever. And it's just now getting to this point. You know what I'm saying? It took time for it to fester and manifest and come and rear this ugly head out. And the end game, like I said, is to destroy Western civilization, confuse men and women, have women be more masculine, have men become more feminine, mess up the whole fucking dynamic, have us fight each other based on our skin color and sexual orientation and whether or not you're skinny, tall, or handicapped and have a mental disability. Have us fight on all these like shallow attributes while they fuck us over. And see, and once you confuse the youth and make them hate their own country, that's the thing. They want us to hate our own country. Because if we hate our own country, then how can we defend ourselves against foreign invaders or domestic threats? How can we do it if we hate our own country? You got people literally say they can't stand this country. And you ask them why, they can't really give you a solid reason why. You hate your country, but other people wants to come here. If that's the thing that boggles my mind. Like, if it's that bad, it doesn't make any logical sense to come to a country that is said to be that terrible. It doesn't make sense. I hope no one gets mad at me for saying this, but whoever voted, like all courtesy to who and when. Old people accuse people of racism when none of this experience racism. I'm not saying there's no racism, but yeah, definitely know what you're talking about, Jackson. I find it funny that everyone dick rides Africa, and yet not a single damn person would move there. And that's another thing. You're right. A lot of people do dick ride Africa, but not a single person is brave enough to take their asses over there. Not a single person. And this is another thing with people, because it was somebody who's like super pro-black that's in my family. They always talk about, Africa this, Africa that, and they're planning on going over to Africa. But the thing is, this is why this whole thing about color is just so fucking stupid. Is because America is the one that created the system of color. Because I remember when I was in college and I was talking to my friends, and I can't remember what we were talking about, but we had these Russian foreign exchange students at my college or whatever like that. And this is when I was in my blue pill or my blue mindset at the time. And this is back in like 2000, I would say like 2013, 12 or 13. And I can't remember what the discussion was about, but no, and I said I was pointing to the Russian girl, and we talking about her for a second. It wasn't nothing negative, but I was like, yeah, the white girl over there. And one of my friends was like, she's not white, she's Russian. And I was like, no, I said, yo, that chick is white. I was like, you can tell me all day you want she's white, but then I thought about it. As I started looking through history and started looking through a lot of things, we're the only country that harbors on color, while other countries harbor on culture, And that's why when you look at these foreign countries or whatever like that, they don't see each other most of the time based on the skin color. It's more so the cultural beliefs, their religions, and all kinds of other stuff like that. Because think about it. Before the world, through traveling and coming together, everybody stayed in their own areas or whatever like that. So you still had slavery. You still had all these forms of discrimination. So, and everybody in their land were all the same color. You get what I'm saying? So, then why would you enslave people? Why would you discriminate then if we're all the same color, you know? But that discrimination came in because of religious beliefs, cultural traditions, all those type of different things. That's why you had these type of, you know, different prejudices and all this different type of stuff. Like, for instance, I also thought about, like, you know, Africans had sold other Africans to Europeans or whatever like that. And you would say, why would they do something like that? Why would they sell their own people to Europeans? But then you have to think about Africa. Africa is mostly people with melanated skin. But just because they share the same skin color doesn't mean they're the same people. There's so many different countries in Africa. So many different countries. They all have different belief systems. They all have different cultures. Just because they share the same skin color doesn't make them brothers or sisters. They're different people. So that's why they didn't think about. They wasn't thinking about, oh, I'm selling my own brothers and sisters to these Europeans. No, they saw like, yo, I'm selling my enemies over to these people, because they didn't see that it wasn't about color. These tribes had different belief systems, and they were judged, and they attacked each other based on these different systems. It's when we got to America, and when America was established, where we had this color system where everything is about color. And they did this in order to keep people from uniting with one another. If you tell everybody, you know, if you separate everybody by color, then you have this tribalism thing. You have this thing to keep everybody from uniting. Because it's always about, think about it. The Irish was sent over here. The Africans were sent over here. The Native Americans were slaughtered. But what happens is, when you had these different groups together, all three groups was enslaved together. And some of them even crossbreed. Blacks and, you know, Africans and Irish, and, you know, Native Americans and Irish, and all these type of people. When they brought them together and took these and colonized these people begin to breed with one another. And when these people come together and they all are being oppressed, what's going to happen? These people are going to come together and try to figure out, how can we stop how are we going to rebel against our oppressors? And the oppressors like, yo, we can't have this. We cannot have this at all. Because if they come together, they're going to outnumber us and they're going to overthrow us. So what is the better way to keep these people separate each other from separate these people from uniting against us? We're going to start introducing them to color. So what we're going to do is, even though the higher ups hated the Irish, they discriminated against the Irish, the British discriminated against them. So guess what they did? They go to the Irish and tell the Irish that they're white. You're just like us. So you tell the Irish that, hey, you have the same pigment as us. You're white. You won't get treated like us, but you get treated better than those black people and those Native Americans. So then what they do is they'll give the Irish better treatment, or they'll give them some land, or they'll give them something so they can feel proud of it. And then they say, I'm being treated much differently. Like, as long as I'm not these niggas over here, we're treated much better. So that's how you start dividing people and stuff, because they couldn't have this unity. They couldn't have it. They couldn't have it. They couldn't have it at all. So that's why they kept us separated and stuff like that. Because guess what? When you remove black people and Native American people out of the way, those British was treating those Irish people like shit. When you remove black people and Irish people out and Native Americans out of the way, Irish people were niggas. And I heard the saying, they call Irish people inside out niggas. They called them inside out niggas. So they were treated like shit. As long as black people wasn't in the picture, or Native Americans, they were treated no different than niggas. So they had to create a system, a hierarchy. And that's where the color system come in. So as long as I'm not black, I'm like, you know, I don't care what happens to them. And what they do is they gave them a little bit of power. They put the Irish above blacks and Native Americans and stuff like that. You give them a little bit of power to make them feel like they're part of the club. That's how you keep everybody in check. So now no one's going to rebel against each other, because like, hey, as long as I'm not getting treated like them, I'm perfectly fine. And that's how you got it. Say, can you become a moderator? Yeah, sure. Any black person that watched the Boondocks are required reading already knows why the system is put in place. Uncle Ruckus said hi. So Brits hate. Yeah. So you said just like the North and South Koreans, they still hate each other. Yeah, and I was learning that I didn't know the Japanese and the Koreans, the South Koreans had beef with each other. I just found out about that when I was digging into the whole thing. I learned about why PC gaming is more prevalent in South Korea, and they don't really do consoles like that. Is because of the beef that they had like years ago with the Japanese. I think the Japanese was oppressing the Koreans, the South Koreans. So they wouldn't. So the South Koreans, once they got into gaming, they refused to have. I think at one point they banned console gaming in South Korea. That's why they embraced PC at the time or whatever. And that's why you see a lot of more Korean games on PC and a lot more PC developers. That's why you see games like Goddess of Nike and stuff like that on mobile devices and PC and stuff. But when it came to consoles and stuff at the time, they banned consoles. Anything that was made and manufactured by the Japanese, they wasn't going for that shit. But that's what goes to show that color has nothing. That's why color is the most stupidest thing that people harbor on. Is because if you was an ignorant person, you would think like, why would Japanese and Koreans be at war with each other when they're Asian? That's ignorant. Just because they're Asian doesn't mean that they share the same cultural beliefs and religion and stuff like that. Yeah, they got saying release Sega in South Korea. I like the current Japan, but man, they did dirty stuff to China. Yeah, so that was the thing. Everybody fought each other. Everybody oppressed each other. And the thing with American culture has done is they create this narrative that Europeans somehow invented slavery or somehow invented oppression. Like they were the only people on the planet that did this stuff. When you can go back all throughout history and watch so many different cultures, so many different groups of people, you know what I'm saying, that done and oppressed and genocide people and stuff like that. So they go with this narrative, and then that's when you create this dynamic, you know, where you have minorities, you know, we have to stand against the white man, and then you have white people with white guilt, and then you create this whole different fucked up type of system where you get people fighting each other, and we all in this together. At the end of the day, we're all in this together. The establishment wants to see us all fall, no matter what skin color we are, and we have to get past this shit. I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist, because it does. Discrimination does. It all exists. But to say that, especially here in America, that is just running rampant here, I don't believe that, man. I refuse to believe that it's running rampant like crazy here. I refuse to believe it. In my personal opinion, I believe that everybody just want to get along and mind their own business and stay out of each other's face, you know, and just go on with your life. You know what I'm saying? I ran into more people that want to help than actually discriminate against me. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get those individual cases of racism. It's going to happen. As long as there's different attributes to people and stuff, in status and everything, you're always going to have some form of prejudice, discrimination, racism, or whatever the case may be. But to say the overall country and everything about America is racist, I don't believe it, man. It's just too much. It's too much going on here in America as far as technology and everything that we came so far from, that you're now able to do now. You know. That's what my thoughts is. People need to just mind their own shit. Yeah, exactly. They're not the first, but they were more commonly enslaved. Twitter people are the most racist. Fried chicken, I love the Boondocks. Really wish we could get more cartoons like it. Modern cartoons. We ain't gonna never get anything like Boondocks ever again. We not. Until this woke shit goes away. So I hate. What's up, Dragonfire? Oh, what's up, ZL Entertainment? Is that I hate the motherfuckers that wants to be in my show all the time. And I'm like, people need to get off Twitter. From most countries, if not all, the rich and strong have most been enslaved and the poor. And sadly, it's going on to this day. Twitter is the cancer that that forms those types of people. Yeah, it's a cancer. Yeah. Um, Social media is very powerful, man. It really took the minds of so many people, man. And the pandemic made it worse because it kept everybody inside. If you notice that people in society today, we don't go out much, especially in America. It's crazy how in Japan in their culture and their government, they make it a rule that people have to go outside. Like I remember when like back then in Japan, I seen a video that's talking about like video games, and they were saying that games weren't allowed to release on during the week or something like that because it would stop production or productivity. They want their people being productive. They want their people out doing shit. America's totally different. Like we're so isolated as Americans. You know, we don't go out as much. Everybody stay inside, be on their mobile phones, be on their computers and stuff like that, and argue over Twitter and over YouTube videos and stuff like that. We're so isolated from each other as Americans, and that's why when people come together in person, they don't know how to interact with one another. Or when somebody disagrees with them, they think it's an attack on them, or they're being oppressed because somebody has a different opinion. The pandemic really fucked us up really bad. So I would love to see one. I got announced why those losers were supposed to be guys, right? The pandemic boiled all the bullshit. Yeah, exactly. When I have yeah, and that's the problem. Social media really like isolated us, and it created these fake worlds. You know, people look at other people's lives, and it's all fake, man. It's all fake. But people look at these people's lives, and then they wish they were those people. You know, and they compare themselves to the people that they see. Oh, what's up, Hiko? Well, hold up. I got some. I'm so sorry if new people came in. I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm trying to talk at the same time. Let me see. Make sure I didn't miss anybody else or whatever. Yeah, but when it comes to social media, people are so isolated and stuff, and people don't know how to engage with one another. People will hide behind a computer screen. Like me, the way I was raised, I'm old school. I'd much rather talk to you in person than talk to you over the phone or even text you. I'd rather see you in person. I'd rather have you in front of my face so we can talk. That's why I don't really talk much over the computer or whatever like that. I'd rather talk to you and see you in person. That's how I grew up. I grew up in that era and stuff. But now you don't have to do that. And the problem with social media is, and I said this before in the past, in a couple of my streams, that what social media did, it took socially awkward people and weird or cowardice people. It gave them a space, or it gave them courage to go out, and now they became the bullies. Because a lot of these people that you see today, man, on social media, a lot of these people you see on social media is the most socially awkward people I've ever seen. That you see them in person or whatever like that, you don't even want to be near them. But they became so popular. Twitch made these people popular. Twitter made these people popular. YouTube made these people popular. These are people that would never get picked to be on a basketball team in school, or some of these girls that are popular now. That made millions of dollars or whatever like that, or whatever. They were like the strange, weird girls in school that no one really cared about or got along with. But now they got a platform. Now they feel high and mighty. They talk down to people. They got a legion of simps. And the same thing with these cowardice males. You know what I'm saying? Who are ostracized, and now they got a platform to speak. They become very, very popular. And the problem is that these type of people, the young people look up to these type of people. And then when they get a bit of status, these type of peoples, they become the most toxic people that you can be around. And they have the biggest influence over our culture nowadays. It says, if you're old school, hit 1. They call my job 40 hours a week. Yeah, so I grew up in the 2000s. I don't know if that's considered old school. No, not yet. Nah, you have to be born. I would say you have to be born like in the 1980s, 1980s, and I would say it would stop at the 2000s. Then I would consider you old school. Exactly. People like Kai Cenat, the Tate Brothers, IShowSpeed, Pokimane, Amaranth, what's his name? QCV, whatever his name is, or whatever his name is, and a couple other people. A lot of them, I guarantee you, a lot of them wasn't popular, or they are socially awkward. But these platforms made them very popular, made them very big, and then you have today's youth that looks up to them and want to mimic and be these people. Yeah, XQC, yeah. So, what's up, Cruz? So, you was born in 98? Nah, I wouldn't call you old school. You was born in 98. Oh, really? She making porn now? Yeah, Sniper Wolf. All of them. What's up, Akko? Yeah, these are today's youth look up to them. And these are not good. These are not role models. Not good role models at all. I was born in 1987, but my gaming and everything was the 90s. So yeah, you would call me a 90s kid. That's old school. Yeah, so I'm in the old school. I'm in the old school tier. Late 80s, early 90s. Yeah. So this is where we at, man. Social media is like at the same time like a necessary evil because you need social media to get the information out there, start waking people up. But at the same time, social media influences a lot of the stupid culture that goes on today. You know. Yeah, back yeah. Yeah, especially when you had the old tube television with the dial. You turn it, and then you press and you turn your console that comes on and stuff. Yeah. Oh my god, that takes me back in the day. Especially when you had to blow in the cartridge when it was dirty, blow in the cartridge just to make and pray to God that the game comes on. Especially Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo and the NES games. Didn't have to do that much with the 64. It's a movie. You are 1 year older than me. That means you're 36. I was born in 98 and I'm 35. Mm-hmm. You you mean 88? Not 98. That don't make any sense. You mean 88? I was 80. I was born 87. That means you was born 88, not 98. I was born in the first year of the 2000s. Can be considered. Yeah, I think he means 88. He keeps saying 98. That's what he thought. Yeah, it has to be 88. You're my brother Keo's age. Yeah, I have to say it again, Gear. Yeah. He said Zoomers here really saying the old school. Fried chicken is stupid. He said Zoomers in here really saying the old school. Geek the 101 have an odd fan base. It's a weird time to be born in. I'm not a millennial or a Zoomer. Please make me a mod. Oh, you want to be a mod? Yeah, because I only have like I think I only had one or two mods. I can't remember who else is. I know Derpy's a mod. Who else I have as a mod? PJ's a mod. All right, so let me see something here. If you all right, yeah. So Neo's a mod. Yo, what's up, Jinpachi? What's going on, bro? The one chick with the Kool-Aid hair. No problem. I agree, Jill. I agree. Yeah, I'm chilling, Jinpachi. Welcome to the stream. This won't be a long stream, like I said before, because I regretted last time. I did 13 hours. Never do that again. I wasn't paying attention to the time. And plus, I want to leave some time for me to be able to wind down and do other things. Yeah, Jason David Frank, man. When it comes to celebrity deaths, I don't really get emotional. My condolences to them. To the celebrity that passed away. I don't really get that attached. But Jason David Frank was something different for me. Like, Jason David Frank was the only celebrity I actually shed a tear for, that I actually cried. I remember after dropping my daughter off, and I was on my way home. No, I took my daughter to her dance that night. Her 8th grade dance, and I dropped her off. It was in the winter. It was really, really cold. I dropped her off, and then I was on my way back home by myself, and it was just quiet. I was just quiet in the van. And I was looking at while I was driving, I had my phone's docked, and looking at this tribute video of Jason David Frank. And right then and there, it just took me back to when I was a kid. Like, you have Batman, you have Wolverine and the X-Men, you have Spider-Man, you have Superman. I never wanted to be any of those characters. The only character I always wanted to be was the White Ranger, Jason David Frank's character, Tommy. And of course, Austin St. John is the Red Ranger, but it was always Tommy. It was just something about Tommy that I really, really liked. And then people used to call me, as I got older and I started wearing my hair out in the ponytail, people used to call me Tommy and stuff, my friends and stuff like that. It was just something about him. Every Halloween, I used to dress up as the White Ranger. And it just took me back to that childhood where things were just so innocent back then. And man, I just bawled my eyes out because he really impacted my childhood. I had some fun moments, some fun memories with the Power Rangers, and Jason David Frank. He was part of that, And that was the only time I really cried from a celebrity death, and it just seemed so. And another thing that hurt me too is because I had an opportunity to meet him at a convention. I had an opportunity to meet him at Otakon. I remember he was running through the crowd or whatever like that. And it was a long ass line. And I knew I was going to be in this line all day just to see this dude or whatever. And I had to make a choice. Like, I needed Mugen TV content. So I can take pictures. I was doing interviews and stuff. And I said, yo, this is going to eat up the rest of my time or whatever. But the closest I got a chance to see him was when he came by and he gave all of us a high five and stuff. That's the closest I got. But I was going to interview. I would have had the opportunity to try to interview him and everything. But like I said, it was like the last 2 or maybe 3 hours of Otakon. And I was like, yo, I can waste the last 3 hours trying to get to him, or I can get more content that I can have when I do my big Otakon video for YouTube back during that time. And I wish I would have that opportunity because I would never get a chance to meet him, because it was still my dream to meet Jason David Frank. And I was going to make it a priority to make sure I meet the Power Rangers, especially Jason David Frank. And now he's gone, man. I would never have that opportunity to meet that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really played in, like, a big part of my childhood, you know? He said, "Don't clown me. We all make mistakes." He said, "Kevin Hercules was the best thing. He was the Green Ranger as well, right? That was either before." Yeah, he was the Green Ranger too. He's the Green Ranger first. The only one I really regret when I went go was that the opportunity William Daniels, Mr. Freeney, and W. I choose not because the line was too long. Yes, W. Right now, Power Rangers was a copy of the Japanese show, right? Yeah, the Super Sentai. Yeah, so that I regret that. And the sad thing about it too, it like the Power Rangers cast, I would say that they have always been done dirty, man. Like Mighty Morphin, still to this day, Mighty Morphin is still my favorite Power Ranger cast. The original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like I enjoy Power Rangers from Mighty Morphin all the way up to Zeo. I lost interest at the Zeo because once we got to the point where Jason David Frank and the rest of the cast, like Rocky, Adam, and all of them stepped down, I didn't really care for Power Rangers after that. But from Mighty Morphin to Zeo, that was my favorite Power Rangers cast. You know, and the thing was, like, I always wanted a reunion, like a reunion series, like a special reunion series to bring those characters back, man, because they were like my favorite cast of Power Rangers, man, and we never got that opportunity because of Saban, man. Saban really screwed that cast over a lot. They did them fucking dirty. And since it did them dirty, it caused a lot of scars for them, and they didn't want to return to the series. You know, Jason David Frank was the only one that said, "No, man, I like this is for the fans." And regardless of how he was done, he still wanted to do for the fans, and I respect that. But I also understand why the others didn't want to do it as well. But they did that cast wrong. It's like they pretty much almost like they got blackballed because after Power Rangers, man, typecast. Even at the Power Rangers, they never had any other opportunities ever in Hollywood after that. I remember an interview with Jason David Frank. He had a movie with Bruce Willis that was supposed to come out. I remember he talked about it in an interview. He had a movie with Bruce Willis, and they shelved it. It was like everything that they touched, any movie or any project that they touched, gets shelved. It was like they never had the opportunity. They did huge crossover events. Yeah. Jungle was where I stopped. Nice. Yeah. He did that. Yeah. And then they ended up making a Bloodshot movie with Vin Diesel. Instead of, giving Jason David Frank a chance to be Bloodshot in the movie, they gave it to Vin Diesel, I believe it was. So, all of them didn't have the chance to get a crack at Hollywood. It's like they all been blackballed. Like, Saban really put like a hex on them. Yeah, it's like they really put a hex on them. But I will say this. Most of the Power Rangers didn't get... The only, I'd say, a positive that came out of the original Power Ranger cast is that Hollywood didn't take over their soul. They didn't get the Hollywood curse like most actors did. Like a lot of these Disney stars, Nickelodeon stars, a lot of these Hollywood actors. You didn't really catch the Power Ranger cast members, especially the original Mighty Morphin. You didn't catch them in like sex scandals or Me Too allegations or drugs and crazy stuff. You never really caught them in that. And also, a lot of them still look good for their age because Hollywood didn't get a chance to grab them. They still look good for their age. VR Troopers was garbage. Beetleborgs was garbage. Amy Jo Johnson get some work. And the dude who played Zack, but they never got crazy careers after that. Bulk and Skull, best non-villains. Yeah, so yeah, man, that's the sad part about all that. They never got a chance to be in the because when the Power Ranger reboot came out, they did them wrong. They still did them wrong. The one that Lionsgate did. Jason's father in the reboot movie should have been Austin St. John. Austin St. John should have been Jason's father in the reboot. Every Power Ranger, most of that cast, original cast, should have been in that damn movie in some shape or form. And then they did Amy Jo Johnson and Jason David Frank wrong. They just made them like a bystanders in the crowd, using their cell phones to film the Megazord battle. And he was only there for a few seconds. They did them wrong, man. They did them wrong. Yeah, she was in Flashpoint. Yeah, that was in Canada. That was in Canada, right? Yeah, she's the only one. But but it was a Canadian show, so a lot of people don't even know that she was in there. Yeah. What's up, Trish? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I remember that. The Wild Force of Russ. That was crazy. One second. But yeah, man. I returned to the Power Rangers when my little brother DX Strike was watching. Was it Wild Force or was it Jungle? What's the one where Jason David Frank came back as the Black Dino Ranger? Was it Dino Force? And I remember I walked in and it was on channel ABC at the time, and he was watching it. I was like, wait a minute, Tommy's he's in this? I was going crazy, like, yo, cause I haven't seen Power Rangers in years. After Zeo, I was done. I walk in, he's watching Dino Fury, I think it was, and he was on it, and he transformed into the Black Dino Ranger. I think that's still one of the best transformations, was the Black Dino Ranger. Like, the Black Dino Ranger that Tommy had, the Black Dino Ranger was experienced, and he kicked ass. He kicked more ass than the White Ranger and the Green Ranger. I liked the Black Dino Ranger. I think it was fucking dope. But that was the only Power Rangers, recent Power Rangers, I sat down and watched, only because Tommy was in it. Jason David Frank was in it. Dino Thunder. Thanks, Jinpachi. Thanks. Yeah, and yeah, the movie was dope. My parents, all of us, my mom and dad, and my uncles, and took our cousins. All of us went together in this big group to see Power Rangers the movie. Man, dude, you don't understand. I was hyped for that movie. We always hyped in the movie theaters as kids watching Power Rangers the movie. The costume was awesome. The production quality was fucking awesome at the time. And I got it on DVD. I watch it every once in a while. No, I never watched Drake and Josh. That's way after me. That's for that new generation, Drake and Josh. Yeah, I have it on VHS and DVD. Oh, what's up, Mookie? Have you thought of using or been tempted AI for your comics, like designing your characters to help with the story? Nah. We don't have it. I won't be using. You won't be seeing me use AI for my characters or anything like that. Speaking of that, like I said, I can't go through any spoilers, but as far as my comic book launch, the launch is going to be. I think we nailed down a date. It's going to be in September, but don't worry. There's going to be a teaser teasing the actual launch trailer as we get closer. I don't have a date for the teaser because my comic book is still in development. Like I said, I pay my artist 8 pages a month because it's 32 pages to get done. For the first chapter, 32 pages. So I'm paying her 8. I'm paying her 8 pages to do 8 pages each month, or whatever like that. But anyway, the book will be done around like May or September. Not May or September. I meant May or June. It'll be done. And then I'm going to spend from June to August working on the campaign, like, promotion, the promotional video and everything like that. So by September, we should have it by September and whatever. And what I'm going to also, I'm going to have like a, what do you call it? A premiere, like a scheduled video so you can hit the notified. So you guys will be notified of when the scheduled video for the launch is going to go up. Yeah, it's worth even though I don't know. Oh, you can check out my all my stuff is right here. This is my comic book stuff right here. Some of my stuff, not all of it. And also, you like I said, you want to know where everything is, and also got the artwork of my characters on my arcade stick as well. But like I said, you want to know all that stuff on the announcement when the premiere of the launch. So you'll know that, but there will be a teaser trailer that's going to tease for the launch. And on one site, can I read your comics and what's the name of your comics and stuff? Like I said, I'll explain all that. It's a universe. It's a shared universe. So it's going to be different comics with different characters, and they all share the same space, the same universe, and stuff like that. Kind of like how you have Marvel and DC. You know how you have your Supermans and stuff like that, and Batmans, and then your Marvel, you have your X-Men and stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to have different characters, different series, but they all share the same universe. So yeah, you'll know all that. But like I said, these are perfect examples of my characters right here. I have an artist. She's from the Philippines. She's Chinese. She does all my artwork. I'm the story writer. I write the stories. I come up with the actual descriptions and everything, and she just brings my my descriptions and my prototypes to life, like, and everything like that. All my references and stuff. And we've been at it for 3 years. I had put so far 20K of my own money. Not all at once. It took time. I took money aside and paid her to draw my characters. Like I said, I can't wait to share this universe with you guys. I cannot wait to share. I cannot wait to share this with you guys. I can't really, like I said, I can't talk much about it until we get closer to the launch. It's going to have a website and I'm going to have a website for it. I'm going to have a YouTube channel for it as well. I'm going to have everything. So you trust me, you're definitely going to like this. And it's going to be fun. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. And hopefully you guys support it when I do. Yeah, I found her on Fiverr, and then we took our relationship off of Fiverr. Now we talk on Discord and everything like that. Cause Fiverr sucks. And everything. So me and her, we took our relationship off of Fiverr, and now we've been talking and we've been working together for like 3 years and stuff. And she's really, really cool and everything. So yeah, like all I'm about, and I also want to put it out there. I'm not trying to be some messiah or some savior of comics and stuff like that. No, I'm just want to create good, fun stories. That's all. And it's my first time as a writer. I never wrote for a comic book before. I've been writing like stories for myself ever since I was a kid, and I love doing creative writing and stuff like that. But I never published anything. I've never put anything out there before. Before I was part of the Mugen community. I was part of the RPG Maker community. So my first dream, my first goal was to be a game developer and create my own games and stuff. But I still want to do that. I do want to start an indie game studio. But first, I'm going to start my way through the door by introducing my characters through these comics and these comic series with Venus Orion Comics, which is the name of my company, Venus Orion Comics. And then eventually I'll start Venus Orion Games eventually. But I want to start here. People will get familiarized with my universe, my characters, and then I could be able to branch and expand to other areas of entertainment or in the industry itself. It'll also be awesome if I get into animations and my stuff actually become animes that you watch on Netflix or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that also would be awesome too. But you got to start from somewhere. That's why I try to preach and tell you guys that if you're upset and you don't like how the industry is going, then you need to take what you have and put your money where your mouth is and create something of your own. If you don't want to go that route, then support other independent people who give you what you need, or the things it's creating the things that you want to see, want to play, or want to watch, or you can get involved in. That's what you need to do. I mean, and what I decided to do is, he said, yeah, and not unless, he said, well, your stories have tragedy. It's going to have a lot of things. My stories. Oh, Jinpachi, my stuff is already. That's why I had this discussion. My stuff is already copyrighted. It's crazy because I have an LLC for my business. Already, I have my LLC already. I have all that. My stuff is copyrighted already. I just bought this envelope to put this stuff in it because I finally, because my stuff has been in the process. I registered my stuff to the Copyright Office, which is the government. The thing is, my stuff was was processing. It is, and I still have a lot more stuff that's being processed in the office, in the Copyright Office. But I finally got my certificates for a lot of my stuff because it's been processed. I just needed to wait for a copy to have on record for myself. So yeah, I have my copyright stuff for my characters, for my lore, and all kinds of stuff that I have. And like I said, I have the LLC for Venus Orion Comics and everything. So no, I'm definitely protected. So I don't have nothing to worry about when it comes to that. So I can sue niggas if I want to. And also what showed that it was effective, when I went to go get this made, right? So the company that went to make my arcade stick with for the artwork, they didn't know that I was the creator of this of Venus Orion Comics and stuff like that. So when I went to go submit the artwork that my artist drew for me to put on the arcade stick, what happened was I sent it to the company to make a faceplate for it. They rejected it. I didn't know they rejected it. 3 days went by. I said, "Yo, I haven't heard from is it going to come to the mail? What's going on?" I went to check my junk mail. Kind of found out they rejected it. They rejected it was because they said they're not allowed to print this plate was because it's protected by Venus Orion Comics. And I got happy was because I was like, yeah, like my shit is protected. It's protected. This company would not do it. So I had to tell them that I'm the owner of Venus Orion Comics, and I gave them the information, the paperwork to prove it. And then they said, "Oh, sorry about that. We'll get on it right away." Also, we got some good deals since you're a business and stuff like that. We also got some good deals for our other products if you want to use those services and stuff like that as well. So yeah, my shit is protected. So I'm really happy about that. Said, "Dude, you're making strides and hope it all goes successful." I'm definitely appreciate it. It's funny how the same people that are cool with Baldur's Gate 3 but they would hate Stellar Blade. It's funny that the AI celebs commercials and the way it endorses all the rise to light. This congrats. So ever since that happened, man, I was just happy. So I love seeing my characters. You know, I wake up to them every day. And my goal is like to make it feel so personal that you get attached to my characters. Like I said, this is my first time writing and publishing something. So this is also going to be a learning experience, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it along the way. Yes, I will be doing my comic's going to be physical. We're going to do physical, and then I'm going to do another rollout where we're going to have digital versions of them. The thing about digital is that I want people to support me. And the thing about digital is we get to the point of piracy. You know, I'm an indie comic person, and it would hurt me more to people who go out and buy the digital and then they upload the shit online. You know? So, and that's where the whole piracy thing gets really, really sketchy. So I think that I'm going to start with physical, and then I will do a second rollout where you could be able to get it digital and stuff. But hopefully people will come out and support the physical copies first, and then I will roll out the digital. But the only reason why I won't do the digital right away is because I'm an indie comic person, and a lot of this money is coming out my pocket and stuff like that. And it would just suck that somebody will buy it and then go online and fucking share it and share it for the rest of the fucking internet and shit like that. And why would you want to buy from me if you sat there and fucking reading it online for free? You get what I'm saying? Change the world for the better. You said the comic is coming in September. The campaign is in September. When I say by campaign, I'm gonna have a presentation. I'm pretty much pitching my comic to you. The comic is already done. It's coming out my pocket. So I'm not asking you to fund the comic for me because the comic is already going to be, it's already done. It's already going to be done. It's just more so, hey, would you pre-order this? Because the campaign is to get you guys to pre-order the comic. And I'm going to have other goods to come with it. There's going to be other goods you can pre-order alongside my comic and stuff like that, which I can't reveal yet. And I think you're going to love it. But then once the campaign is going to last for about from September to November. So once the campaign is done, once I reach the goal, and then I will do fulfillment and try to have the comics out by, or starting in December, probably up to like February of 2025. Make sure that everybody get their books. Hope you make it in anime. I definitely wanted to be an anime. I definitely want to. That physical is cooler anyway. Reading comics is way better when you're holding the actual in your hand. Do you have a Patreon? Be cool to have behind. Oh my God, Jill, you is funny. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing to do a Patreon. All that's going to launch. My website, my YouTube channel, and my Patreon for Venus Orion Comics is going to happen. And yes, my Patreon is going to have my behind the scenes stuff. And it's going. I see. I don't want to spoil everything, but yes, my Patreon will have behind the scenes stuff. Oh, what's up, Brian? But yeah, I'm gonna have all kinds of perks that you can get alongside the comic. I can't spoil it, but that's what I'm gonna do. To change the world for the better with your stories and art. Yeah. I'm not trying to. I just want to make good. I just want to make fun stories that you guys can enjoy. I'm not here to be a messiah. I'm not here to save the industry and stuff like that. I'm not going to try to put. I'm not putting that responsibility on me. If you guys enjoy my stuff, I would like for you guys to always come back, and I want to expand, my audience and expand, my fan base and stuff like that, and keep it growing. Because after I release the book, I'm going on tour to different cons. I'm going to have a table with Venus Orion Comics. I'm gonna have a panel. I'm gonna do all that stuff. That's the best way to expand your brand when you interacting with your fan base and getting your brand out there to people who may not know I exist and stuff like that. So yes, 2025 I'm gonna be on the road a lot. In crowdfunding. Yeah. The thing is, like, yeah, that's what I wanted. Moving on. You think Western devs will ever abandon the woke agenda? Like, oh yeah, I think they'll eventually abandon it if they start seeing Japanese studios leave the woke stuff alone. Like, if you see what the Korean studio with Stellar Blade have done, if we start seeing more Stellar Blade situations, and you start seeing people starting to walk away and just patronizing the East studios, they will change their ways. But yeah, like I said about my comic, I'm 2025. I'm going to be on the road a lot, pushing my series. Because eventually I do want to make this into animes and stuff like that. I think that would be really, really cool. And I have faith and I really believe in this and everything. And I hope you guys will come along for the ride as well. But yes, I want to do. I didn't want to do a type of campaign where I ask you guys for money to help me make a comic. No, because people are more reluctant to buy. To give you money when you asking people for money to do something. So I took my own money. So there's no real, I would say, like, loss on your end, because you're not giving me money to buy to help me make a comic. The comic is done. You're just paying you put money down to pre-order it and get other goods if you want other goods to go along with your pre-order for the first chapter and stuff like that. So keep doing your thing, man. I'm much for you. Oh, thanks, Jordan. So that's what I'm doing. So you'll never see me ask you guys to give me money to make a book. No. And then when the book then whatever comes out of the campaign, that money is not to pay myself. It's going back into my company. Then that money will finance the next book. And that's how you sustain it. Or whatever like that. And that's what I want to do. It said, Mugen Lord, do you think Yeah, they need to bring back sexy female characters. I think, look, guys, I think, I also want to give you guys hope. I don't want to give you guys false hope, but I also want to keep you guys, like, keep you guys heads up, I don't want everything to be always doom and gloom, as far as this woke stuff and this culture war stuff is concerned. I think we will experience a cultural shift, soon. I believe so. I think 2024 is the year for everything. 2024 We're going to see a lot of changes in everything, in our culture. Everything is going to happen this year. Election season is going to be fucking crazy. But I think we're going to experience a cultural shift really, really soon, and it may happen sooner than we think. But I don't think this wokeness is going to last forever. It's going to die out. I truly believe it's going to die out. We just got to keep pressing, and support industries that does not abide by the bullshit. Like I said, always support independent developers, writers, whoever, whatever it may be. You support that, especially when they're not abiding by this woke nonsense. You support that. You know what I'm saying? But this type of a woke ideology, this DEI, is not sustainable. It's not going to last long. It's not going to last long at all. Because us as a species, we also cling on to survival. Because what this woke nonsense does is too, man, if you notice, man, the birth rates are going down. Men and women are not seeing eye to eye. Men and women are not getting together. Men and women are not procreating. They're not getting married. And that's all because of this whole nonsense that's going on. And when a society start to go on a decline, when there's not enough youth, when there's not enough people procreating, and men and women are not unified, that's when you start to see the collapse of society as a whole, when men and women are not unified together. And since we are a species, we have to survive. Eventually, after a while, nature comes into play. Men and women especially women, will start saying like, "Yo, this feminism shit is fucking stupid." You know, you look on Twitter and you see a lot of videos of women crying, saying like, "Yo, I can't afford to live by myself. Bills are too much." And they starting to realize that this independent woman shit is not working, because bills wouldn't be as crazy if you had a man in your life. Y'all both working together and stuff. And on these snowy days, it was one video a woman was complaining about that she had to go out and shovel her pavement. She had to go do these things. And life is much harder. Life is much harder because she don't have a mate. You know what I'm saying? She don't have a man in her life and shit like that. So you're starting to see a lot of women starting to realize like, yo, like, shit, like, this is fucking crazy by myself. I can't do this by myself. And you have a lot of women starting to realize like, yo, I want children. And realizing that, damn, I put my career ahead. I did all these things and listened to what society told me to do. And now I've done it. And look at what it cost me right now. Now I'm alone. I got nothing but cats everywhere, dogs, So they're alone. They're watching all their other friends, got families and stuff like that, and happy, and they're sitting by themselves alone. Check out my video. I did a whole thing about the what happened to masculinity and the entire masculine image, and it talks about a lot of that stuff. You can definitely go check that out on my channel and everything. But yeah, when society start to waver like that, nature comes in and society start to course correct itself. So I don't think this wokeness is going to stay around for too long. A couple, 6 years, when they get married, they get divorced in a month. Yeah. So nature will win and our default roles will return. It's inevitable. I'm laughing. Yeah. Yeah. We always go back. We always go back to our default settings. Mugen Lord. A Mugen Lord wig and action figure with the comic. Zero Tolerance is stupid. Thanks, Roland Dodge. Thanks, I appreciate it. It's rare to see women this day and age that are well off without relying on. Yeah. And a lot of them going to sex work. A lot of them going to all these other things and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This wouldn't be an issue if she had a man in her life or whatever like that. Women are starting to realize how fucking hard it is when not having a partner in her life and stuff, because she drank the feminist Kool-Aid. She drank the woke Kool-Aid. And now it's kicking her in the ass and she realizing it. You know what I'm saying? Even older women drank the Kool-Aid. You got to see all these divorce videos where older women, and these women are in their 40s and late 50s, divorcing their husbands and then making regret videos saying, like, why the fuck did I divorce my husband? You got a lot of older women. A bunch of, look at it. Look on the internet and type it up on YouTube. You will find a lot of older women regretting leaving their husbands. And it wasn't the fact that their husbands weren't even cheating. Their husbands were with them the whole time. It's because they look on social media, they see what the other women are doing, and then, like I said, social media is bad, especially with women. Like, women are easily influenced. They see what other women are doing, and they say, I must be missing out on something. And the next thing you know, they're giving their husbands who they've been with for like 20 to 30 years of divorce papers, and they look like, and the husband look like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And then she goes out there into the dating world. She's 50 something. She hit the wall. Now all of a sudden she realized that she's not getting that same attention when she would compared to when she was younger. Men are not approaching her. Now she's by herself. She's by herself now. And if she does meet a guy or whatever like that, that guy ends up ghosting her for a younger girl or for a younger woman. He ends up ghosting her or whatever like that. Or they're only using that older woman for sex, and then they kick her to the curb or whatever like that. He don't want no long-term relationship with her. And you got a lot of older women say, wait a minute, I never heard of situationships. Now she's in a situationship. It's crazy. And a lot of women are starting to realize, like, yo, like, what the fuck is going on here? And now she's like, yo, I should have went. And now when she tried to get her husband, now her husband is with a younger woman, married and everything and happy. And now she's mad and she's upset, saying that she took my husband from me. How? You broke up with him because you wanted to go out there and thought it was something better out there. Women never happy. You're right on the course correction. Nature always wins. Who you think will become the next president? Like if me, Trump all day. Trump 2024. Hey Mugen, I am autistic, man, and I have no hope for modern dating. Any advice? Oh, Headmaster, any advice for dating? Let me tell you this. I'm not like the rest of these red pill channels. Or I'm not even a red pill channel. I don't even associate myself with it. But let me put it this way: if there's a relationship that you're looking for and that you want, I'm not the one to discourage you to tell you don't go for it. But you have to be smart about it as well when you're going out there to go out in the dating, going out on the dating market. My suggestion is for you: stay off of social media, stay off the dating apps. If you're trying to meet a woman and get to know the woman, you got to meet her in person. But in order to meet her in person, you have to put yourself in those environments. You got libraries, cafes. I wouldn't suggest nightclubs. You got church. You got to put yourself in these areas where you'll be able to find these women. Go to a lot of places that pretty much where your hobbies are. If you're in the video games, try to find clubs or organizations or locals or whatever that cater to your hobby and stuff, and you'll be able to find women. But the next part about it is how you approach them. And my advice to you is that if in order to approach a woman, don't put her on a pedestal. And I said this in my last video to a lot of you guys. The moment you put a woman on a pedestal and you value her more than you value yourself, you already lost the battle. Because a woman is good. Women are in tune with their feelings. A woman can feel a man's confidence. She can feel it better than a man can feel it himself. So women are good. They're good at feeling. They're in their emotions, so they're good at feeling those things. So a woman can figure you out. The stupid part about it is a woman can figure you out, but still pick a fuck up. Still pick a fuck boy. Despite her knowing something is not right about that guy, she'll still go for him because her feelings. That's what her heart wants. But I digress. She can feel when a man is not confident in himself. Women don't like men who aren't confident in themselves. So even before you even approach a woman, you need to build confidence in yourself. You need to have some self-worth and you need to have self-esteem. So my advice is if you don't have self-worth or any form of self-esteem in yourself, don't even dare trying to approach a woman. You're going to lose before you even start. In order to build that self-esteem, you need to work out. Go to the gym. If you can't go to the gym, just go for your walk. Go for some runs. Get some dumbbells for your room and just lift in your room. You need to take pride in your body. That's what you need to do. Like I felt good ever since I started going to the gym. Like I feel real good. And I notice how even women look at me different. Like I always got attention from women, but it's a different type of attention when you work out. Women can tell when a guy is working out because you can see it. You can see his shoulders, how broad his shoulders is, how his chest sit out, and it's crazy how when I work out and I come out, I watch how women, if I'm talking to them or I catch them out the side of my peripheral, how they just hone in on my chest, or they look at my arms, Or when you talk, or when I'm talking to them, they find some way they have to touch my shoulders, or they have to run their hands down my arm to touch my bicep and shit like that. They do all kinds of little stuff like that. Or some women even get slick, even get slick enough to get in my personal space, especially if I'm talking to somebody that's in front of me. She'll find some way to move close enough so her breast can touch my arm or touch the back of my shoulder and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to get in that vicinity, just to feel me and shit like that. But you have to take pride in your body. You know what I'm saying? You can't there's a lot of guys out here too, because it's not just women. Because women are delusional at times. Women are delusional, but men can be delusional too. A certain type of men are delusional, to where he expects to get a hot girl, right? But yet he's fat as fuck. He got bad hygiene. He don't brush his teeth. His breath stink. Facial hair not all over the place, not cut, not trimmed. He's not well groomed. You know what I'm saying? But he expects a woman who's like a 10 to see him. You know what I'm saying? That is fucking delusional. You have to take care of yourself. That's the first step. So they just need to show you their feet. Yeah. So you have to. He said, what do you say? He said, this kids. He said, this is my kid's mom in a nutshell. Hit the gym. Yeah. So you have to go to the gym. Take care of yourself. Take pride in yourself. See, the thing is, a lot of you guys too, like y'all end up doing a self-fulfilling prophecy. Well, because I hear this a lot, because there's a lot of young men who hit me up at Discord. It's like women don't like me anyway, so why should I go to the gym, or why should I cut my hair and stuff like that? Well, the main reason why they're not fucking with you is because you look nasty. You look a mess. You're literally saying that, why should I do it when women don't pay me no mind anyway? Like, one, you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't want to improve yourself for women in the first place. You should do it for yourself. Because when you work on yourself, women being attracted to you is just a byproduct of it anyway. But you need to do it for yourself. You need to take pride in yourself. And it feels good when you look in the mirror and you look at your body. And it makes you want to work even harder. And it also makes you much more productive. But you have to work on yourself. If you don't have confidence in yourself, don't even bother walk up to a woman, to a female. Don't even bother. You wasting your fucking time. You wasting your fucking time. You know? Because it's not going to work out. Because you have no... Women can feel when you're not confident in yourself. But then you have another type of woman who prey on men who don't have confidence in themselves. Those are men that she can take advantage of. That's where you get your simps. That's where you get your beta male men. She like those type of men because she can control those type of men. She can take all his resources. She can go fuck other guys while still have him as a safety net, because she can control him, tell him what to do, and she know that he's not going anywhere or whatever like that. So you have women who prey on guys who have no self-worth or confidence in themselves. So you also got to watch out for women like that as well. But you have to work on yourself. You have to take pride in yourself, take pride in your hygiene, take pride in your physical appearance. You have to. That's the first step. Get that step first. If you can't get that, if you can't challenge that step and get past that step, then you shouldn't even bother talking to a female. Don't even bother. Don't. You're wasting your time. So women love confidence. And the thing is, it takes practice. It takes you to get rejected on top of rejection, until eventually you're going to score at one point. But you got to keep doing it. Don't let the rejection push you away. I always say this: the best way to practice talking to a female too, when you're in the supermarket and you sit in the line and as a female and as a cashier, just strike up a small conversation. You know, don't be scared. Just have a conversation with her. Or if you're in the line, read the room. That's another thing a lot of guys don't know how to do. Read the room. You have to read the room. You have to look at her body language to see if her body language is welcoming. If it's not welcoming and it's on guard, don't even bother. You're wasting your time, because then she's going to see you as a creep, even though that you're not trying to be a creep. You know what I'm saying? But read the room. There's a few times like I'm in the supermarket and I'm in line, and while we in line, it's a long line, and I overhear her talking about how bad the line is and stuff like that. And then, you know, I see this as a perfect opportunity just to talk about the line and this, that, and the other. Before you know it, we having a whole full-blown conversation. She's smiling and we getting laughing and joking back and forth. You start off doing little stuff like that. You're not trying to date her. You're just trying to get used to just getting that fear out of you to approaching and talking to a woman randomly. You know what I'm saying? But like I always say, read the room. You gotta read the room. Yeah, you gotta read the room. I love my hair. I would never cut it. Yeah. So what's up, Poyu? Said, wait, you got a Discord? I thought that got abandoned years ago. Yeah, I got a Discord. I told you I made a new one. No, it didn't get abandoned. Some snowflake was on my Discord and reported my Discord for because I had got a notice from Discord saying that my Discord was dangerous because it's passing, it's spreading misinformation. And when we talking about the election, we talking about like COVID, the vaccine, and stuff like that. And somebody reported it, and and this was during the time, of the pandemic and stuff like that. So, they removed it, my Discord or whatever like that. I'll put give me a second, guys. For people who may be interested in joining my Discord, I'm gonna go, put a the invite link for you guys, for all you guys who may be interested and being part of the Discord. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you guys. The invite link. The invite link. So if you are interested, for all you guys who may be interested, there you go. And being you can join right there. Just get a $6 list. Right? They look more real. Yeah, but the thing is about the $6 market. $6 are still too expensive for most people. Like, if you want a legit $6, you're going to pay up to anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 to get a legit one. Like, that's still too much for most people to afford. Most guys to afford. He said, I relate to that. He said women need to be buried. Yeah, so you have to get that fright. You have to learn how to just talk to a female. Don't overcomplicate it. Women are human just like us, guys. They're not some strange species. They just like us. So don't overcomplicate it. Talk to her like you would talk to your boys. You know what I'm saying? Have a conversation. Just have a conversation with her. Don't overcomplicate it. And the best thing to do, women love attention. Women love to talk about themselves. So when you do have a conversation, make sure the conversation focus on her. Find out what her likes, her dislikes. What does she like to watch? What does she like to read? All kinds of stuff like that. And always keep it on her, because she'll always give you a bunch of shit when it's about her. You know what I'm saying? So you get a feel. You know what I'm saying, of what she's like and everything like that. And if she's interested, she's gonna reciprocate that in return. So, yes, that would be my advice. That would be my advice. Don't put her on a pedestal. Make sure you have confidence. You need to build your confidence first before you even decide to approach a woman. That's the advice I can give you. And it's going to take a lot of rejection before a woman actually accepts you. Like, let's say, hey, I'll give you a chance. So you always have to remember that. And also, once you do, and like I said, just because you start talking to her, and this is what people don't understand, how dating got so screwed up. Just because she gave you her number doesn't mean you got her. And just because you set up a date with her doesn't mean it's in the bag. You don't understand how many times that you you set up a date with a chick, and then the day before the date, she cancels out on you. Or the day of the date, she turns her phone off, or she makes an excuse why she couldn't make it, and then you find out on social media she's somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So just because you got her number, just because you set up a date with her, now you have to hope that you make it to the date, because women got so many options because of social media. We just talking about just various different things, Neo. Yeah. So just because you end up scoring her number, and just because you set up a date with her, you have to pray to God you make it to the date without her ghosting you or canceling out on you at the last minute. So it's a tug of war today when out in the dating market and everything. So don't even get discouraged with that. Don't even get discouraged with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, women is getting a constant dopamine rush of attention from so many different men and so many different things on the internet. Is like her hunger for validation can never be quenched at times. So one minute you could be in a conversation with her, things is going fine, and the next minute, no, she just disappears because now some other nigga got her attention, and she thinks he's a much more worthy candidate. And then what happens is sometimes she ends up giving that guy attention, and then he he hit it and quit it, or he Netflix and chilled her. Now she's chasing after this guy, but this guy don't call her back. And guess what she does? She circles right back around to you, wanting to know, hey, like I'm sorry I missed out on the date. Things came up. Now she tries to come back around to you because her other option that she really wanted fucked her over. So you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be the second option either. Yeah, it's not it's not a done deal until it's a done deal. So yeah, just because you got her number and just because you set up a date with her doesn't mean you got her. You have to pray to God you make it to the date. Because women, you don't understand how many stories, and like I said, it happened to me before a few times. You know, I like as a man, you only see the success. Like if you see, because a lot of dudes like, yo, how did you get that girl? Like oh man, like you with her now, or you banged her. Like you only see a guy's success. You never see all his failures. Yes, I've been ghosted a few times before, and this is the thing. It wasn't that I approached her; she approached me at times, and like, oh, we should do this and then just get ghosted. You know what I'm saying? Or if I approached her and we worked things out and we talk like she calls me almost every day. She texts me every day and this, that, and the other, and then poof, ghost. He said, "What made Netflix chill a thing?" I think it just became a meme. You know, like I guess I think Netflix and chill, it was something that women bitched about. You know, you see it on social media, like, you know, he either, hey, come around my house, we watch some Netflix, and then like, you know, let's chill together, and then next thing you know, he's fucking her. You know? And then he don't call her back. And now she's salty and mad. So I think that's where most of the Netflix chill come from. These, you know, these opportunities that these dudes say, oh yeah, we can watch some Netflix. She go over there and she know that he ain't trying to watch Netflix. She already know what the deal is. She goes around there and she know, especially when if a guy calls you late at night and wants you to come over, you know you know that he's not calling you over to play Smash Brothers. He's not calling you to come over to play some Final Fantasy. He's calling you over because it's a booty call. He's calling you over because he want to fuck. And most women know that shit. If a guy is calling her that late at night and wanting you to come over to his place, he wants to fuck. And a lot of women try to pretend that's not the case, but she knows that, and she goes around there and entertain that. It's this generation want to come over for coffee. Yeah, things moving recently. I stopped. I'm trying because of where modern dating is right now. Eventually, I will go back into dating, but I don't think women nowadays are into disabled people. I understand. So just grab, yeah. So that's the thing about the Netflix and chill thing. And then they say all men ain't shit, but you already knew that. You already knew that he was trying to fuck. You went around there. You knew it. He calls you late at night for a reason. He wasn't calling you to play video games or anything of that. He wasn't calling you to do anything else. He calls you late at night because you was a booty call, and you accepted it. You went around there to get fucked. Yeah. And then women get on social media, start crying. Oh, he did me wrong. All he did was want to fuck me. All he did was fuck me, and he never called me back. But you knew that. He calls you late at night. He calls you 10 and 11 o'clock at night. What other nigga would do that? Will call you that late and tell you to come over his crib and you not expect to be fucked? That like you don't expect nothing to go down. Like, that makes no fucking sense. But women are not stupid. They're not slow. They know that he wanted to fuck, and she wanted to fuck too. He said that he wanted to make Eve backside. Yeah, I read that, Roland Dodge. Oh, you didn't meet Mitch. Yeah, you missed a lot. We talk about a lot of topics and everything. Yeah, what's up, Blaze? What's going on? Yeah, so don't like that. I hate when they do that. I hate when they try to switch it around like they didn't know, like they were stupid. Like they didn't know that was going to happen. Lest they did. They knew exactly what was going to happen. You know, no dude's going to call you late at night just to say, hey, let's just hang out and have some fun. No, he wants to fuck. And you know it too. You know, so, but they don't want to take any accountability. And that, I think that's where the problem's at. No accountability. They want to be independent and make their own choices when it's convenient to them. But then when it's inconvenient to them, then all of a sudden they can't make choices. Somehow they were manipulated into doing something they didn't want to do. Like they try to have it both ways. I wouldn't say it's a copy. I mean, the Adam and Eve concept can be found in any forms of media. Said the frontal lobe isn't fully ignorant is dumb. He said the frontal lobe isn't fully developed. Yeah, they try to always pull that bullshit. They always try to pull that bullshit. Oh, I'm strong and independent. I can do this, that, and the other. I can make my own life choices, this, that, and the third. And in a moment that independence become an inconvenience to them, all of a sudden, oh, I don't know what happened. He deceived me. He tricked me into doing this, that, and the other. So wait a minute. Which one is it? Are you strong and independent, or are you a fucking child who can't make their own decisions? Which one is it? You can't be both at the same time. Pick one. Yo, Mugen Lord doing good, playing some Wulong and waiting for Dragon Dogma 2. Cool. What's up, Rudy? Metal Gear 3 had the Adam and Eve. Yeah. Adam and Eve. The Adam and Eve trope in video games is nothing new. Nair didn't invent it. You can find it in many forms of medium besides video games. It's there. It's like when it comes to creativity, there's only so many things. You also gotta understand too. There's only but so many original ideas you can come up with before you start to see similarities from other medias. Like there's only you only can be but so original. After a while, you're going to start seeing derivatives of a lot of stories you heard before. That's just how it works, you know. But it's how you tell the story, and it's you putting your own mark and your own stamp on it with your own personality to tell that exact same story, but in your own vision. So I don't see the Adam and Eve concept in Stellar Blade anywhere near the concept that they have with Adam and Eve in the Nier Automata games at all. So I don't see any similarities there. It's all about how you tell the story. Everybody can take that same concept and tell something completely different and spin it on its head, you know? Shoot, that's what I wanted to know. What did I miss? I'm good though. Just got over the stomach virus. Oh, Rudy, man, stomach virus. Oh, jeez, I hate the stomach bug. Stomach bugs are the worst, man. I can't stand the stomach bug, dude. It said Mugen Lord. I also heard that Skull and Bones look like ass. When I first saw it, it looked like trash. What's up, J-Man? Said Ernest. You ain't said things along the lines. Everything you see is part of something else. It is part of something else. Exactly. Girl, you want to come over and play Smash Brothers? Yeah, like come on, like they be acting slow, like no, like I hate when when women do shit like that, try to act slow, like they didn't know, like you knew damn well. That's why the fuck you went over there. Yeah, this is the thing. The whole thing about like female lead characters, which I never have a problem with, is that this whole wokeness ruined that. It ruined that, because what happens is people are so reactionary now, since they always do the strong independent woman thing. Even if you have a good story, you know, that is female led. People is going to react to it. People's going to be mad and judge it. Like even when I have my stories with my comics and stuff, I want to have some female lead characters too. They want to have their own series and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to tell my story, so I'm not going to allow people people to think what they want to think, but I want to tell my own stories and stuff like that. But that's where the problem comes in, is because now, anytime a person see a female lead, people automatically go to, like, it's woke, you know what I'm saying? And that's where they conditioned everybody to that. But we cannot fall into that trap either. We cannot fall into that trap. Please do not fall into that trap where now every time you see a female character, you just assume woke without seeing the context and seeing what the story is about. And you gotta look at all the context clues first before you call something woke and stuff like that. And we cannot fall into that trap. We cannot. Please do not fall into that trap at all, because you may miss out on some good things. As far as like games or movies and stuff is concerned, and when you start thinking that way, just look at the context. Look for the clues first. I hope Square Enix makes a new Lara Croft. They don't own Square don't own Tomb Raider anymore. They've been sold off the property. Eidos. They've been sold the was it Crystal Dynamics? Yeah, they've been in Eidos. Yeah, they sold them off already. So they don't own Tomb Raider anymore. I agree. I don't mind female. Just do it right. Yeah, just do it right. You know, just do female characters right, and then I have no complaints. But we got into the point to where everybody's so reactionary now, and just jump the moment they see a female character. You know, we have to wait. Look at the clues. Look at the context. Look at all that before everybody starts jumping to conclusions. You know. Because we don't want to be like the other side either, you know. So you really gotta vet a lot of this stuff. That's what you gotta do. You gotta vet it. Oh yeah, that dude. You know what's so crazy? The end game, at the Avengers end game, when they showed all the women get together, even the women were sucking their teeth in the theater that I was at. No one clapped. No one clapped on that part. Even the women in the theater sucked their teeth. Even they saw the bullshit in that at my movie theater. Because it was so unnecessary. We didn't need that. It was so corny. It was cringy as fuck. That whole scene with all the female characters. And then that team doesn't even look like destructive. You had Valkyrie. You had the chick from Wakanda. You didn't really have any real heavy hitters but Captain Marvel and Wanda. They were the only two heavy hitters. Like, how there's nothing destructive or powerhouse about that team at all. That setup. It looked just so fucking corny. That shit looked fucking corny. Like, dude, I fucking cringed. All of us. And I was shocked when I saw women sucking their teeth. They didn't even like that. Because they realized they were being pandered to. Because that whole entire scene in the Avengers Endgame, everybody was happy. You see everybody fighting together. And then they had to make that one scene where all the women come together. And that's how and even the women seen the bullshit. They seen right through it, that they were being pandered to. Well, everybody liked to do Prince of Persia game. I mean, it's not my kind of game, but it got good reviews and people liked it. Just virtual signaling. Most of them didn't even know each other, so it made no sense to see them all together out of nowhere. Yeah, it's just fucking stupid. It didn't make any sense. I cringed all the way through that entire scene. I cringed through it. I'm like this, just watching the scene. No one was shouting, no one was cheering. Everybody was quiet on that part. My whole theater didn't like that part. Yeah, when Captain America picked up Mjolnir, especially my dad, because my dad, he collected the old my dad is an avid Marvel buff. And of course he collected DC comics, but he's more so into Marvel. So when Captain America picked up Mjolnir, my dad lost his shit. Like, my dad turned into a little kid. Like, everybody cheered. Like, everybody in the theater went fucking crazy. Especially the part when everybody came through the warp. When Black Panther came through, Spider-Man, the Guardians of the Galaxy, when everybody showed up. Doctor Strange, everybody was losing their shit. But soon, as soon as all the female characters got together in that one scene, the whole theater got quiet. And I loved it when the women were quiet in the theater. They hated it. Oh, what's up, Neji? Oh, we just talking about wokeness, and we was talking about relationships, then we was talking about gaming and stuff like that. Now we just talking about the Avenger Endgame scene with the A-Force, or whatever you want to call it. Because you know they had Avengers. They had like a somewhat of a female Avengers team called A-Force in the comics, and they never sold well. Because when you look at the Avengers was diverse. It had men and women in it. But the moment you start excluding people and like, oh, we're gonna just have an all-female group, it doesn't sell well. Because you're doing it to sell a narrative and shit like that. So yeah, the A-Force was a team in the comics, and then they wanted to set up an A-Force movie. No one's gonna watch that bullshit. No one's gonna watch that. Yeah, I would be irritated if they more people would have called that out if they had got all the black characters together fighting together. People would have they would have got more shit for that. Because I'm like, why? What's the purpose of having because they all black? They just put them all together, like, you know, like come on, like that. Yo, I would have been irked as fuck if they did some shit like that. That movie took me 4 times to watch. Way too long. And yes, Neji, I thought I was the only one. I did not like the only best part of Endgame. The only best part of Endgame was the ending, the final conflict. That was the only best part. The rest of that fucking movie was boring as shit. Like Infinity War was the best of that 2-part. Infinity War was fucking dope. From beginning to end was fucking action in that shit. And we was on the edge of our fucking seat in the Infinity War. I love that joint. You know what I'm saying? But when Endgame came, I was excited. But once we got into Endgame, and then we found out when they killed Thanos, and then we found out they had to do a time travel thing and stuff. I'm like, really? We going to do a time travel thing or whatever like that? I was like, that was not what I was expecting. I thought they were going to find some other way to do it, but I was like, and then all they did was just like replay events of the past films. Like they wasted all their time on that bullshit. And then like once the end came, the final conflict, that's where most of the hype. I only watched Endgame once. I never watched it a second time because I don't want to dread sitting through that damn film. Did you hear Viz Media and Marvel was bringing back the Japanese X-Men comic from the 90s with the artists that did the Marvel? No, I didn't know that. I feel like Infinity War and Endgame are one movie like Kill Bill. No, they are one movie. They had to break it up. They couldn't. They were one film. They just had to break it into 2 different parts because it would have been too long. Yeah, Infinity War and it was just so dope. Oh, thanks, Jonathan Spain, for subscribing to the channel. Dude, I was on the edge of my seat, and the thing that got me hyped was like, I couldn't wait to see characters who shouldn't even be in the same space together. Especially when he got into space, and it was Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Iron Man fighting the Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh my god, that was like I just couldn't imagine seeing that team to like meeting them. You know what I'm saying? Seeing them on the screen together. It was all worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, Infinity War was just fucking dope, man. It was. Alita Battle Angels. Yeah. Now that was an important moment. When Alita Battle Angel, which I have that on DVD. I have the book, Alita Battle Angel. Alita Battle Angel was going to war like Hollywood. The media was attacking Alita Battle Angel and was protecting Captain Marvel because right then and there you saw the difference between Alita Battle Angel and Captain Marvel. Alita Battle Angel wasn't pushing a feminist agenda that I don't need no man or anything of that sort. It was a well-written, powerful female character that led that film, Alita Battle Angel. And then you had Captain Marvel, which was pushing the narrative that I'm strong, independent, don't need no man. Then you have Brie Larson, you know, talking down to men. You had the whole media attacking men and stuff like that. So it was a competition between Captain Marvel and Alita Battle Angel. Alita Battle Angel, man, I saw that movie fucking twice. Alita Battle Angel, despite her being what she was a feminine character. And every guy in that theater fell in love with Alita Battle Angel. Like she was, when I say that girl was a rider for, like she had your back. She had, like the thing that got me, I remember when I first saw Alita Battle Angel, when she met the guy, right? The guy who she was end up like being in love with. I remember when the guy he needed money, right? And I remember, and it really got me, and it got everybody in the theater. And he said, "Yo, he don't have the money or whatever like that." And she literally took out her heart because she really liked him. And she's like, she took out her heart, and she's like, "You can have this. Like, if that's gonna help you pay off your debt, and we can, we can be together like that. I will give you my heart." Oh my God, that fucked me up. That fucked up every guy in the theater. Because you don't really see female characters portrayed like that anymore. Like, she really digged that bull. She really loved him and shit like that. And she was willing to even give up her life. And he's looking like he felt bad and guilty. And he's like, no. Like, you don't ever do something like that. And she was willing to give her heart to him. Oh, no problem, Poyo. She tried to give him, yeah, dude, she was willing to give her heart to make sure her man was able to pay off his debt. And then when her man was in trouble, she was fighting, like when she was in that rollerball sport, when she found out her man was in trouble, she fought every motherfucker to get to him. Like, she wanted to protect her man that bad. That's a woman that every man will want to have by their side. Even though she was a robot, she was feminine, she was beautiful, and you seen that dynamic between a man and a woman. And what I liked about it was when she first laid her eyes on him, she was so fascinated. And I felt that experience before when I met a woman that I liked, and then she liked me. And when we first come into each other's space, and it's crazy how it's something about a woman's eyes and the way she looks at you and stuff. And I felt that before, where she's just mesmerized by me or like that, and I'm mesmerized by her. And I remember when she first saw him, when she was eating that chocolate bar, she stopped and she just looked at him, and she was just amazed by him. And that was that dynamic, between a man and a woman, and how they just connect right then and there. And you don't see that in a lot of movies in nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So every guy was in love with Alita when it came out that movie theater. Every guy was writing all kinds of good reviews and talking about, yo, I wish she was my girlfriend. You don't you don't see characters, you don't see female characters, especially in today's entertainment in Hollywood, written like that anymore. You don't. All of them are written to be like dudes. It's really disappointing how depicting a woman loving and respecting a man is now considered sexist and being a slave. Yeah. Like, that's a beautiful thing when a man and a woman love each other. That is a fucking beautiful ass thing. It is. It's very beautiful, man. Even right now, like, which I will be doing a video on. I'm trying to finish Final Fantasy 16 because I always try to finish a Final Fantasy game. So right now, I picked up Final Fantasy 16 again. I'm loving the story. I'm loving the characters. Yes, my gripes, I still don't like the gameplay, the combat. I still don't like the action combat at all. It's still mediocre to me. But I like where the story is going. But the reason why I want to bring this up, I'm not going to go into too much details because I'm making a video once I finish the game. I love Clive and Jill. Because Clive and Jill is a perfect example of a man and a woman, of how Jill is always by his side. Even when Clive is down, she's always there to support him and lift him up. And he does the same for her. She know how to handle herself, but she's also beautiful. She's also feminine as well. I like female characters like that. She's beautiful, she's feminine, and she's very supportive of Clive. She supports him every step of the way. She's always by his side. She always got his back. And when she was going through her thing, he always has her back. But when Clive had to fight his fears, she's like this, I'm behind you. I'm with you 100%. Wherever you go, I'm going. I love shit like that. I love, and women have lost that today. Modern women have lost that, where she's just behind her man all the way through. She got his back. Wherever he's going through, she's like, yo, I got you. I'm here to help lift you up. You don't see that a lot in entertainment. You don't see that a lot in media today. You don't. What is your opinion on race swapping Catwoman? Well, there's a lot. I don't know, because Catwoman's always a different case. Because if you don't know, Even back then, during the Adam West days of Batman, Eartha Kitt was they had a black Catwoman. Eartha Kitt, she was they had a black Catwoman, so it wasn't a new concept to have a Catwoman to be black. It was not, that's not a new concept. Even during the Adam West days, we had a black Catwoman, so that's why I don't really it's just how it's just all I care about is how a black Catwoman is written. If you've written her to be a woke character, then I have issues. But Catwoman has been black before. Yeah, don't spoil anything because I'm not done the game. But yeah, I didn't like how they killed Benedicta that fast, and that's another thing I want to talk about in my video talking about 16 when I'm done. DC race change all the time when they make new comics and shows. I still don't understand the logic of being a man is bad, being feminine is weak, but a woman being a man is good, and that makes them strong, even though it's bad to be a man. Yeah, it's always contradictive, you know. Like men are told to be evil, ain't shit, but yet you trying to take on every traits of what a man is, but yet it's supposed to be toxic and to be despised, but yet you're taking on all the qualities of the things that you were told to despise. That logic never makes any fucking sense. It never does. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Black Catwoman is hot, but like I said, she's been black since Adam West. They had a Black Catwoman then, so that's why like a Black Catwoman. I think they had an Asian Catwoman at one point too. The only like legitimately masculine things I think in terms of entertainment and Western society is sports, like WWE, for example. Yes, like yeah, man. But yeah, as I said before, it's like so society's eventually going to course correct. Nature always win, man. Yeah, that's true, Kakashi. But that's why I never really mind. I never minded though. Never really minded the race swapping of Catwoman, too much, or whatever. And the thing about DC television shows and comics always go hands in hand. Especially if a concept was popular on the TV show first, they end up bringing it over to the comics at some point or another. Like Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn was a comic was popular in the cartoon. And they decided to make her a character in the comics. But she started in the cartoon, then went over to the comics. He said, "I really want to believe everything will go back to normal, but it really feels like things are only getting worse for the most part in terms of cultural shift." No, I don't think it's getting worse. If it does get worse, that means things have to get worse before it gets better. Like I said before, this is getting a lot of pushback. Things are getting a lot of pushback than before compared to what it was earlier. Like when something is dying out, things are going to appear worse because that mob gets louder and louder as they begin to shrink more and more. They get louder and louder. Yeah. So it all depends. It really does. It all depends. But as far as this wokeness and the way the culture is, there's going to be a shift. Like I said, right now, and it may sound crazy, what's going to be what's going to become popular in the future on social media is seeing family, seeing a man and a woman and children. You're going to start. That's going to start becoming the thing. You're going to start seeing a lot of those channels of couples and families. It's going to start becoming the thing. I guarantee you. Watch it. I'm telling you right now, because things are so fucked up right now. Something as stable as a normal relationship and a straight relationship is going to start becoming something that people is going to yearn for and want to see. Think about it right now. They did a survey and it's showing that the younger generation is tired of seeing sex on television. or on Netflix shows and everything. They don't want to see sex. They're tired of it. They don't want to see it no more because sex is constantly everywhere. OnlyFans, porn, and stuff like that. So you're gonna start seeing a lot. You're gonna start seeing a lot of pushback going on in all facets of these different industries. Oh, thanks, Life Crisis. You're gonna start seeing a lot of those things. You're gonna start seeing the things that used to be normal start becoming the things that people want. Starting to become the things that people want to see. You're gonna see it. You're going to see it. And it's not going to be our generation. It's going to be the younger generation. It's going to be the younger generation is going to revert things back. I guarantee you that. It's going to be the younger generation. Because for starters, the younger generations are rebellious. When this woke shit it becomes the norm so much, it always takes a younger generation to rebel against anything that's considered the norm. The younger generation is going to rebel against this woke shit because that woke shit is going to be considered the norm. So the only way so the thing that's going to be considered rebellious is going back to nature, going back to the norm of what it used to be, men and women, a family, all those things. That younger generation is going to go back and take it back to that because they're young. The young are always rebellious. So what better way to rebel? Rebel against the woke stuff because the woke is going to be seen as the norm. So to go against the norm, they're going to go back to do what's opposite of the norm. Said, bro, remember that Japanese Twitter commercial where, yeah, that thing, he said, did you see how bad SS kills the Justice League? Yeah, I seen how bad that was. He said, yeah, bro, that Japanese McDonald commercial had the wokies, like, up a shit hill. Like they were fucking pissed. When I say they were pissed, they were pissed. And guess what? We need to keep pushing that. Pushing a traditional relationship between a man and a woman and having a family. These are qualities that need to be pushed. We've been pushing single motherhood, which have been a fucking destruction to our fucking country and to Western civilization more than anything fucking else. So we need to push healthy things, like a man and a woman coming together and having a fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? And having a fucking family. Those are normal, healthy traits and qualities to have. We have to go back to that. So we have to keep pushing those things. You remember? Well, what was it? They found out that Bayonetta in Bayonetta 3 that she was actually she was a mother, that she ended up hooking up with the guy, and actually the chick with the short hair is actually the daughter of Bayonetta. Them wokies was upset because these wokies wanted her to be gay or part of the LGBT. You know what I'm saying? But Bayonetta was a straight woman. You know what I'm saying? And they couldn't take that. So we have to push as much straight shit as possible. We have to celebrate that. Bring that back up into the norm again. Celebrate families. Celebrate the love between a man and a woman. These are beautiful things. We wouldn't have survived as long as a society if it wasn't for the coming together and the merging of men and women coming together and loving one another. We need each other. We both are yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? We're important to each other. One is not better than the other. Women are strong in ways that men are, and men are strong in ways that women aren't. And that's what makes us perfect for each other. We complement each other. Whatever a man is lacking, a woman would complement. Whatever the woman is lacking, a man complements. It was designed this way. And society is convince women and men, and men especially being more feminized, but they more so convince women that, hey, it's wrong to be caring, nurturing, supportive, and things like that. They to also carry children. You know what I'm saying? That it's wrong for those things. And this is why I said I feel sorry for women at the same time. And what I mean by I feel sorry for women at the same time, because women are getting pulled in so many different directions. Women are getting pulled in so many different directions. You have to understand, and you have to understand this, guys. Out of between both the sexes, women are the easiest to influence. It's always been this way. And I said this before in my last stream, even if you're not a Christian or whatever like that, or you don't believe in the Bible, it doesn't matter. You heard the story of Adam and Eve. Satan couldn't manipulate Adam. That's why he had to wait for Adam to be out of Eve's presence in order for him to manipulate her. Women are easy to manipulate. That's why it's easy to dictate. That's why these companies, these corporations, they always advertise to women. Women are easy to influence. Marketing and advertisement is geared towards women because it's all about attacking the feelings. It's easy to influence women. That's why Satan had to wait for Adam to get out of the way in order for him to have Eve alone. So he's able to manipulate her. And where men fall short is because men, we're providers, we're protectors. When Eve was able to convince Adam because he simped for her. He loved her. That was his woman. And women are master gaslighters. Eve was able to gaslight Adam. And Adam, him supposed to be the man, he pulled down his masculine frame and gave in to Eve and bit the forbidden fruit. And sin didn't really bestow it upon the world until man ate it, because God left man in charge. He left Adam in charge. He gave Adam the rules and the lowdown of what he can and cannot do. So everything fell on the man because God left him in charge. And he allowed Eve to gaslight him. After she got in trouble, she didn't want to take accountability. She bit the forbidden fruit, realized that she was naked. She saw things that she wasn't supposed to see, and then she tried to gaslight. She gaslight Adam instead of taking accountability that she did exactly what she wasn't supposed to do. Because Adam gave her instructions, told her not to do it. She did it anyway because some snake-ass nigga, Satan, came in and was able to talk and gas her head up and convince her. And then she ate it. And then, instead of taking accountability, she gaslighted Adam. And Adam, since he loved her and didn't even know what pussy was. And that's how powerful a woman is. He never even tasted pussy before. But she was able to convince this motherfucker to eat the forbidden fruit of knowledge. And guess what? Mankind wasn't punished until Adam ate it. Because God left man in charge. He left Adam in charge. Adam knew better. But it showed the power and influence of a woman that she was able to convince Adam, who's a man who got instructions from God. She's able to talk him to disobeying God. Simping. Like Taylor Swift ruining the NFL. Asmongold doesn't make videos anymore. He just reacts to other videos. Did you see Asmongold reacting to the Jabroni Master asking mofos about Stellar Blade? No, I ain't checked that out yet. Xbox is going nowhere. Do you think Xbox is going to die? Oh yeah, I would save that opinion for Monday, because that's the next. I have an Xbox video coming out Monday. It's about Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer, and the rumors has been going on about what Microsoft is up to. So I won't give my opinion right here. I'd rather you guys wait for my video. The video's done. The video's already done. The video's done already. It's scheduled for Monday, 8 o'clock. For you guys who don't know, if y'all still haven't figured out my pattern of videos, the thing is, I never want to announce a video schedule because there could be a chance that I won't abide by it. But if you notice the pattern, I upload Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 8 a.m. That also helps me in the algorithm, because once the algorithm has a stable time of when you have a pattern of how you upload, that also helps you in the algorithm at all. So if you're a content creator and want to know how to be successful with the algorithm as well, you have to be consistent with your schedule. If you upload on those same days and upload at the same time, that helps you in the algorithm, because the algorithm can be able to collect data and figure out how to share out your video. So don't try to upload at so many different crazy times of the day, because then the algorithm can't like come up with a solid calculation or analytics to how to share your videos at certain times. So find a solid schedule and a time, and always upload at that time. So if you guys don't know, I try to schedule 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. It's scheduled for 8 a.m. I pre-record most of my videos to give myself a buffer so I can be able to still do other content like my comic book stuff and my 3D hentai animations in that community. I need to give myself some space and some time. And that's why I have to pre-record a lot of things or whatever like that. But yes, I have an Xbox video coming Monday. So hope you guys stay tuned for that. Tune in at 8 a.m. That video will be scheduled to upload, to appear on the channel at that time. Honestly, I like your new schedule. Oh, thanks. He said, I wake up pretty early in the morning and I always want to listen to something in the background. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I schedule early in the morning because once that video's out the way, I move on to other things. So I have the whole morning. So I'm not spending that morning making YouTube videos. I can just do other things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I schedule it that way. Monday, every once in a while, unless it's urgent, meaning that it's breaking news that needs to be out, you may see a fourth video. Cause first, the earlier, like a couple months ago, I was doing 4 videos a week, but that was burning me out. I can't do 4 videos a week. That's burning me out. So I rather do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then no videos on Saturday or Sunday, unless, like I said, there's something urgent or there's some information, some juicy information that needs to go out there right away. Yes, just like I'm Mugen Lord. I'm Mugen Lord for the gaming community. I'm also the Mugen Lord of the hentai community. I'm also a 3D hentai animator. I have my own. I have 15.3K followers on my 3D hentai on my 3D hentai Twitter. I'm building a new 3D hentai website because I have clip stores where I sell my content. I have a Patreon for my content, but I don't have a website. You can buy my stuff on minivids.com, clipsforsale.com. These are all clip stores, but I'm going to have a website too, where you can go straight to my website and engage with my content, buy my content, 3D hentai content and stuff as well. So, yeah. So you can definitely you can definitely go check all that stuff out and everything. Also too, if you interested in wanting to know what my hentai content is like, and like to have a preview of my stuff, I have a Not Safe for Work channel in my Discord. So you can go to my Discord and you can go to my Not Safe for Work. I post little things every once in a while of my previews to some of my hentai stuff. You can definitely check it out. My newest hottest seller is Jory Han, hentai thing I did. I hired a voice actress, which a lot of you guys said, "Oh my God, she sounds just like Jory." Is this hentai actress who only does Jory Han, like impersonations, and oh my God, her voice, you cannot tell that. You would think that's Jessica Strauss, the actress who does Jory Han, English dub. You would think it's her, but it's not. That's how fucking good she is at impersonating Jory Han. So yes, you'll be able to hear Jory Han say some nasty, naughty, horny things and stuff like that in that recent new video that I have on my Patreon or whatever like that. Is this a channel of biblical proportions? Yeah, so I've been doing 3D hentai for since 2000, I would say 2000, since 2013 until now. And you see all this stuff right here? All this stuff, all because of 3D hentai. All because of my hentai. All because of my hentai. Everything you see in my room, all possible because of the hentai. But yeah, so yeah, man. Is this? So I'm out, y'all. 0 time. I love it. Well, yeah, I'm about to call it in a second because I was supposed to do 2 hours. I ended up doing 3, so you guys got an extra hour out of me. But this pretty much wraps up the stream. I got other things. I got other things I want to catch up on. Or whatever. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Oh yeah. I had to order a new USB dongle for my arcade stick because this was supposed to work for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. I had to buy this USB drive connector converter to allow me to play on other consoles, but for some reason, Sony did and the consoles did, they did an update to block it. So I had to buy a new one that came out last year, called the Wave, the Magic S or something Ultimate, and it works for the PS5. So I'll be able to play Tekken 5 on the PS5 as well. So once that converter comes in tomorrow, I'm going to test it, and then I'm going to get Tekken 5 on PlayStation 5 or whatever, and I'll be doing a Tekken stream, probably a Monday or something. I'm not sure, but or me shadow drop a stream of me playing some Tekken. All right, guys. So I'll be seeing you Game Fiends later.